Alrighty, hello gamers. We are back at it again. Season 14 only of RPL Draft Podcast. I am Ben Contranaut, as always joined by Greg.
Hello, hello.
And we have Con joining us as well this season.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so this format, we went back to Ubers, so each team has 2 Ubers mons, 1 tier 1 Uber, 1 tier 2. Otherwise, it's pretty standard. We had 120 points for
110?
110 points
110
for 11 to 12 mons. So that's 8 to 9 Ubers. Or wait, yeah, 9 to 10 Uber or 9 to 10 non-Ubers. Oh my god. And we have 18 drafts.
No, 8 to 9.
No, 8 to 9. This is a great
Or
start.
wait, no, 9 to 10. 9
Wait,
to
no,
10.
it is.
Yeah.
It is 9 to
Yeah,
10.
wait.
Let's just spend the whole
Hold.
2 hours trying to
Yeah,
figure
it
this
doesn't
out.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have 18 drafts. Let's just get started. We got Ksch here. Let's see. So I always like to start with speed. I don't know why, I just do. Speed is good.
Top end speed is really strong.
Yeah, well,
With
obviously
Pheromosa.
Pheromosa. Otherwise, Roaring Moon, and then it drops off. But I mean, I guess not.
I mean,
'cause
you
a
can have
Spatra, yeah, a Spatra
a
counts
Spatra,
as
yeah.
more than it really is.
Yeah.
But the priority is basically 0. I mean, kind of makes sense because it's a Lele team, but still, I feel like you're a little prone to sweeping, but you do have Skeledirge to help with that, so not like the worst thing.
Yeah.
I don't like Darm, G, and Lele at 95. I feel like you're gonna be scarfing one or both of those every single game, and it's gonna be like super predictable. Like your opponent is just always gonna bring a scarfer that outspeeds that, you know?
Unless you're just running it like a bulky Darm where you just have basically a double choice band.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
I could see that.
But then Lele also,
Yeah.
and also Scarf 95, barely outspeeds Pheromosa, so they're all like at the same speed tier basically. So I think
Right.
if you just have like a mon that's like base 100 and you run it Scarf, you outspeed all of their stuff except for maybe like a +1 Roaring Moon. I think that's something that literally every single opponent of theirs is gonna do. Probably bring at least like 2 of those guys, you know. So I feel like it's not actually the best situation.
Yeah, I think this team is also very item reliant. There's like 0 good switch-ins to knock off.
I didn't see that, but I see that now, yeah.
Like you don't want to tank a knockoff with Pheromosa. You kind of can with Roaring Moon if you're not like.
I mean, I think the
Yeah, if
answer
it's
is
like
Ferrothorn
booster,
there,
it's
right?
not the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see that. Like, there's no mega, there's
You
no
really
like
don't want to.
origin form either. So like, there's no like just knockoff sponge. Yeah, I totally see that.
And like Ferrothorn's really item dependent too.
I wouldn't say
Or
like really, but a
defensive
little
one, I'd
bit,
say.
yeah. No, I think you're definitely right. That's a good point. But otherwise, like, I think the offense is like really good. There's just a lot of threats.
Something I noticed is I don't love the removal on this team. I don't know that I would really
Yeah.
count
Yeah,
Pheromosa as a real removal option,
it's not.
which means it's Mantine. And my worry with Mantine is one, you're going to want to run boots because you're weak to rocks, and two, you're bringing a Mantine to an Uber's
Yeah,
draft.
exactly. Like you're just not gonna want to bring it a lot of weeks. No, I totally agree. The removal is terrible. This is probably the worst removal of the whole draft.
I don't know how much it matters that much with this team though. There's not really a lot of like pivoting
Wait,
that
what
they're
do you
gonna need
mean?
to
But
do.
they have
No.
4 rocks
Right?
weaknesses. They have and
Yeah.
like
Okay.
and Skeledirge
I
and
guess.
Darm are really important, and then Mantine, I guess, if you're bringing it like yeah, they're not only are they rocks weak, but they don't have removal. So yeah, I think it's really bad actually.
I think you
Okay.
could maybe rely on Smeargle in like a one and done sense of maybe you have a like a sash if you can come in without hazards up or something, or maybe you run like some crazy endure Custat berry to get a spin off once. But that
Maybe
seems
the other
really
thing
terrible.
Other thing is there's no grounded poison, and I actually think they're really T-Spike weak. Like a lot of their mons are grounded and just don't appreciate T-Spikes at all.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think they have a lot of mons that want to kind of stay in for a while.
Yeah.
Which definitely is weak to getting toxic.
Yeah. So I think
Um,
yeah, pretty bad there.
there's also the issue of I feel like it's hard to bring either Bombardier or Smeargle every week, and if you're not bringing
Yeah,
them, then Roaring Moon is your only like ghost switch in, and so you're kind of Shadow Ball weak.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I see that.
Like
Yep.
yeah.
unless you're gonna like commit to a Terra Skeletor really early on, um, I feel like you're kind of just in a rough spot.
Yeah, I agree. Also, like what the hell is Gothitelle doing on this team? Like this is not the archetype for Gothitelle at all. Like this is an offensive team, right? And Gothitelle, like I get maybe the psychic terrain synergy, but Gothitelle is not really the best psychic type to abuse that. Just drop
I wonder if
Gothitelle for
this
like better
is
removal, you know?
yeah. I wonder if this is just a way to almost like revenge kill something, and then if you come in on something that can't really damage it, maybe you can Calm Mind boost and win the game. But it seems really rough to do when I feel like this season in particular, there's just a lot more breaking power than normal.
Yeah, things are like general offensive power in this season is
Hmm.
really, really high.
The defense is like kind of there, but it's very predictable. It's gonna be the same
I
mons
think
every week.
also the defense kind of sucks. I think
Yeah,
having a quad week defensive mon is really hard to pull off in a draft league without like good support.
yeah, and especially with
And
this where
really
it's
the
like
only
you have to bring Ferrothorn every
yeah,
single week if you want any kind of
yeah,
defensive core, right? So
yeah.
obviously, yeah, it's not like
And
it's
the
one
only
of five
support
defensive options.
the only like support for Ferrothorn being quad weak to fire really is Skeledirge, which you're terraing most times. So
I mean,
I don't know.
it could be a
Yeah,
defensive Terra to like water or something, but just to play devil's advocate, I actually think that Mantine and Skeledirge kind of pair kind of well with each other. Mainly because I'm pretty sure Mantine has a stupidly high special defense stat. So like it can sponge some of the like shadow balls for Skeledirge and like immune the earthquakes, but I wouldn't I wouldn't want to rely on that the whole season. I feel like it
I
kind of
mean,
gets figured out after a couple weeks and then
hmm,
also you're just relying on a bad mon to shore up your defensive capabilities, which I think is not going to be very effective this season.
yeah. The Skeletor also doesn't help the ghost weakness at all with all the psychic types.
I mean, it doesn't matter if like they drop the Gothitelle, maybe for a dark type,
Yeah, I don't
it could be
like.
better.
Just removal.
Also, I know Skeledirge is a really good Terra, but I feel like I'd almost rather Terra Espathra.
I think it's
Um,
matchups dependent.
yeah, you could. I mean, you could
Because
toggle because you have infinite like Terra
Yeah, I
switches this
guess.
week, so it's just gonna be week to week.
yeah, like
The
as a
only
whole, I do kind of like the Terramons though.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
there's okay
Terrans are
options.
great. Last thing I'll say
I just feel
is
like, yeah, go ahead.
on the defense, they also like just don't have any good defensive pivots into their threats. Like their offense is a little frail, and especially like Darmanitan and Lele, I feel like you want good pivots into them,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah, I
and they
agree.
don't have that. Maybe Bombardier, I guess, but you're bringing it like 1 week maybe.
I mean, maybe they can get good matchups with like Pheromosa forcing switches, but
Sure.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, I started muting.
You were both doing that at the same time then.
Oh, what were
um,
you saying, Con?
I think like Pheromosa can kind of force switches, and then you like get a U-turn in, but I don't know. I agree. I think having a slow pivot options when you have like this much
Yeah,
upfront power is really important.
Yeah.
Also within a spot threat, like I feel like you really want slow pivots into that too. If you
I
get a good
agree.
matchup.
Yeah. I think it's not terrible. I think if they fix the hazards, it's, you know, like an average draft, but I gave it a 6 out of 10 for
I give
now.
this a 7.5.
2.5 thumbs up stickers.
Whoa, okay. What is that out of?
Uh, that is just the rating. There is no out of anything. It's just 2.5 thumbs up stickers.
Perfect.
Which half?
The thumb.
The thumb. Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's gotta be good, right?
All right, next.
Peter. Speed is like super spread out and solid, good. Um, priority's good too. No issues there.
Yeah, I think sweeping against this team is going to be pretty hard. They have a lot of good priority options.
Yeah. Just a ton of offensive options, like
Yeah.
super diverse, special, physical, stuff that's gonna not be brought and brought, and like it's very hard to predict. And then even the mons themselves are flexible. Like Lando can run Scarf, can set up Victini,
hmm
Dragonite. You don't know what you're gonna do. Yeah,
hmm
it's good.
I think this, like you said, the speed is good, like on paper, but I feel like it kind of relies on conditional / bad mons to fill a lot of the gaps. Like they're
Yeah,
probably
like
not bringing
like
Mousehold every
Crobat.
week.
Yeah, that's actually
They're
a good
not
point.
really bringing Crobat. Galvantula is kind of real, kind of fake, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, the
So
speed
like,
isn't super real actually. Now that I look at it.
I feel like you can usually fit one of Galvantula or Mousehold on the team. And it's
yeah,
more
yeah,
likely to be Mousehold because if we take a quick peek at the removal,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
something. And I think Mousehold has to come a lot more weeks than you would probably want it to.
I don't know
Yeah,
about Mousehole. I just think like Defog D Knight is probably gonna be
yeah.
run a bit, which is not great.
The
Um,
D-Knight definitely wants to run more than 4 moves. So if one of them is forced to be defog, it kind of.
yeah, yeah.
My other thing for Mousehold is this team and the Shadow Ball test, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I have this on my thing too. It
It's
is incredibly Ghost
Mousehold
Week.
and Samurott. And I don't know about you, but if I have to bring Mousehold and Samurott into a team with Giratina,
Yeah,
I am kind of sad. So
I totally agree.
I
Like, especially when your two Ubers are weak to Ghost, you need to patch up that weakness
hmm
like immediately with like a
Mhm.
really, high tier resist or immunity, and they did not do that.
I think also their defensive ones are really going to struggle in this format. I
Yeah, I
think
think I
Tangrowth
think
and
that
Sylveon can really easily get overwhelmed.
I
Um,
yeah, the defense is not good on this. I think this is one of the poor defensive teams of the whole draft. Um, unfortunately, I think Fortress would have been a lot better on this team, both for the removal but also just better defense.
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
think the
I agree
defense is
there.
pretty bad, and the offense isn't like super punchy either. Like, there's nothing that I'm like seeing and being like, this is an incredibly scary mon. Like Marshadow's kind of
I think
scary,
Marshadow, but
sure,
besides
but
that,
like
I can see it. Yeah,
I
I feel like
could
if
see
you're
a Solgaleo being a decent problem, just because this is a premier weakness policy user.
sure, I guess, but I think if you're having your defensive options being Tangrowth and Sylveon, you really need to be making up for that with like overwhelming offense, and I don't see it here.
yeah. I don't know if I'd quite say. I think it's like above average offense. I don't think it's insane, but I think I think it's good. Like I think Solgayo's good. I think Lando's really good with all of its coverage. Boots Victini is like a big buff. Um, But yeah,
I do think this team can be threatening. I'm just not scared of anything but Marshadow.
I guess that plus like the speed, the speed actually not being the best
Yeah.
is, yeah, I get your point.
There's good priority, but like you can't rely on priority completely, right? You still need fast
Yeah, for
threats.
sure.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have Galvantula on this team though, so it does kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. I was gonna say Webs does help kind of a lot, but
Yeah, but a lot
I
of
don't
times
know.
like webs just don't hit mons. Like they levitate or they're flying
Yeah.
or they have defiant or not
Yeah.
defiant,
Yeah.
competitive. You know, they just
Oh.
or they just have boots, right? Like webs is really
And
not that effective.
you don't have spin. You only have defog tidy up, which get rid of
Yeah, that is
hazards
also
on
true.
your side as well.
Yep. Also, no
Very true.
grounded poison. Also, you have like the best spike setter, but you don't have any rocks besides Orthworm, which you don't want to have to bring. So hazard setting isn't really even that good.
You have Landorus, and I
Uh,
think you could maybe bring that if your coverage, like if you only need 3 moves. Or like 2 and rock polish. I don't think it's
Maybe I just think
super real though.
if you have a Lando on the field, you really would rather not click rocks. You want to use
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
No, I
turn to
agree.
click a good move, you know? Um, yeah. Ghost weakness. Yeah, you already said the ghost weakness. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not a super impressive draft.
Yeah.
I do think the Terramons could be interesting at the very least. Um, I think Sylveon is going to be a decent user of Terra, and I think Terra Tangrowth might help the defense a bit as well too. But they aren't that scary offensively, barring a like flip the matchup type of Terra on Sylveon.
I think if you're running defensive Terras, they need to be like premier defensive mons. I don't think Terra is good enough to help mediocre defensive mons
I think it's
that much this season.
I think it can help for sure. Like I had Terra and Polion and it actually helped, like I thought was really good one season, but I think Terra is generally better used for offensive mons, especially
I think this season specifically,
yeah.
it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to like understate the fact that this is still only like you only get 2 Ubers mons, and so like let's say you're able to wear them down, you still have like it could still be useful for the other 4 or so that
Yeah,
are being
yeah,
brought.
that is true. That is true.
So
But also like 2 of your 6 slots are Ubers, meaning like if you imagine before you would have brought like, you know, a 17-point mon and then like 2 15s and like a 13 and then maybe like a 10 and a 7.
Yeah.
Now the 10 and the 7 are replaced by Ubers, right? Realistically.
I think some of the point values are maybe shifted down by 1 just because of a little lower points, but I think you're right on that.
All right, we should move on. I'm giving it a 7.
3 shooting stars.
That's high.
I give
Man,
it a 6.5.
I feel like 3 shooting stars is a lot better than 2.5 thumbs up.
Well, you see, but the amount and scale of it changes, you know?
Sure,
Because it's
sure, but
two and a
I
half
would
thumbs up
rather have
stickers.
a shooting star than a thumbs up. I feel like a shooting star is like legendary status. Thumbs up is
Yeah, but
just
there's
like
only what 3 of
standard
them?
good. Yeah, but you said 2.5 before, so it's like 3 like really
Yeah,
good things versus like 2.5 like okay things.
but is it 3 out of 10 or 2.5 out of 5? You never know. But anyway, Ellie Mini.
Oh, I see. That's true.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, it changes wildly every single one.
Okay, we'll see how high it goes.
Got to keep them on their toes. Yeah,
We gotta wait till we get to a good draft like this one and see
like this one.
how high it goes.
This is a good draft.
Best Ubers. Oh my god, I can't believe Xerneas was a tier 2. It was like the best tier 1 or like one of the 3 best tier 1s in my opinion. And then Deoxys Attack is an amazing tier 1 in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Speed is amazing. Well, not amazing, but speed is like good.
Speed is okay.
Yeah,
It's
speed's
good.
fine. And then yeah, priority's good. Like just yeah. really, really, really great offense, plus Veil support.
Yeah, I was gonna say I love Veil on this team. There's like
Hmm.
so many good setup options.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is like the perfect team for Veil.
I was really trying to nitpick, and I was like, what doesn't this team have? And I think the answer is Blastoise is a B or C tier spinner, and I like basically everything else about the team. So there aren't really any complaints for me.
But he doesn't. But you
Um,
also have like
You don't need spin
Scissor
on Blastoise.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
you have
you have
Scissor,
Scissor and
Torn.
Torn.
absolutely. Like I said, I was nitpicking, trying to find something. I love this team. It's
Like
quite
actually,
good.
the removal
I think
is really good
yeah, I think the
too.
removal is pretty premier.
Yeah.
These are like two really, really good defoggers. And even like Xerneas can run defog. I don't think it's that bad sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're a little bit status weak. Like
I can see that. I think he's just fire weak in
your mons
general.
yeah,
Hmm.
your mons don't like really any of the status moves. I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
it's not
I
as much of a
agree.
problem until you get to like a mon that could potentially be carrying Thunderwave or Will-O-Wisp.
Yeah.
Well,
If you have a mon
Bax
that
is
can run both,
immune. I mean, you have Excalibur, which is immune to Willow, and then Iron Moth is immune.
Right. I'm saying the
yeah.
issue is when you don't know which of the two are coming. Right? If
Yeah.
let's say it's a Sableye, which I know no one has, but that gets Willow and T-Wave, and
Sure.
so you have to kind of gamble as to what there is, which I
Yeah,
think could be a problem.
I think it's a little bit of a nitpick, but I think yeah, probably more
Yeah.
weak than other teams for
Mhm.
sure, than most teams. But yeah, I think the fire weakness in general, like when you draft a Scissor, you want to draft good resistances around it, and he does not have that at all. Like
There's
everyone,
also a total of one flying resist mon, and it's Rotom, which like I mean
yeah,
there's
that's
not a
not
lot of
great.
weaknesses, but it's
Yeah,
pretty spammable.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, I think the defense in general is not great. Uh, especially like on the physical side. There's not really something here that can take a big physical hit. Like
I would
Scissor
argue
for
maybe
some
Scissor can.
things. Yeah, but again, Scissor's got the fire problem.
If quad if you're running a defensive scissor set, you really need support for the quad fire weak.
Hmm.
And like there's kind of some of it, but like I don't think there's enough,
Yeah.
especially against physical attacks.
I think Terra Bomb Snow can maybe help there, but again, like you said, Terra on defensive things isn't always the best.
Yeah.
Actually, when you tear out of your ice, you lose your boost, don't you? So, never mind.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I also don't know that I necessarily care as much for Abomasnow having the defensive boost, as it is nice to have it on backs.
Yeah, but I think that's more for setup. It's not to take hits.
Right.
Um, yeah, the defense
Something
also.
else,
I was just gonna say quickly, the defense doesn't have
um,
a lot of good recovery either. I think
Hmm.
it's just
something
Scissor
else I
and then
noticed
Torn. Go ahead.
is like all of the win conditions really are super weak to bullet punch. Like Xerneas doesn't like it, Deoxys doesn't like it, Bax doesn't like it.
I mean, Torn resist, but yeah. Besides that, Torn and Iron
Yeah,
Moth,
but
I
like
guess, and Blastoise.
you're not. Yeah, okay, sure. But like those aren't your
I
win
see a
conditions.
little. Yeah. Well, what do you mean? Blastoise uh can be a win
Okay,
condition, which should
I think you.
should.
I think you need like two shell
not on
smashes
this
and
team.
maybe. Yeah.
Blastoise is not winning games with this team. When you have Xerneas, Deoxys attack,
I
Back
think
Caliber, Iron Moth, you're not winning with Blastoise.
sure. I think it's a fine point. Yeah, you're right.
I think this team would love to have a Wishmon because I
Mhm.
think Ting-Lu is very important to this team defensively,
Uh,
and your current options to heal are leftovers
I disagree with
and
that. I just don't think it's the right archetype for Wish to be successful. I think I don't know. On a team like this, you really don't need reliable recovery, to be honest.
I don't think you need. Yeah, you have a regenerator Torn, I think. I mean, Tinglu obviously appreciates it, but I think Torn can kind of sponge some hits for Tinglu, keep it alive. That was something else I wanted to say. I feel like the typing for Torn is kind of good how it is. I don't know what we're terroring.
I think it's
into.
probably just for coverage, offensive coverage.
That or it's a matchup
But,
thing
like,
this week.
I guess, but like defensively, I feel like you kind of like the flying type with Tinglu. Like it kind of shores up
Mhm.
some of the weaknesses.
I agree. I just don't think
Um,
it's for for defense. Like a lot of
Sure.
times, Torn has coverage, but doesn't really have good like high power coverage.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it has like Iron Tail and like Icy Wind, and so like being able to get an 80 base power coverage move that stab is pretty valuable. I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that
like
is true.
it's like how Torn used to be a really good Z user. It's kind of
I haven't looked into their matchup this week, so I don't know if it's like a matchup thing. But
yeah. I actually really like Terra Torn. I think you can basically use it
Okay.
like a Z move, and I think it's good. I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, they're also like
think-
Rocks
yeah.
week, and I think they're gonna be really knockoff week too, because if they're
Mhm.
running boots on a lot of mons, like the boots are gonna get knocked off, or like leftovers because they don't have recovery, So I think knockoff is like super spammable on this team.
Yeah, I think Scissor's a decent switch into that though.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
do like defensive Scissor on this team. I think you can change it up once in a while and go for an offensive set, but my first thought was you're probably running defog on Scissor, you're probably running a at least slightly physically defensive set, and I think you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
I feel
Alright,
like with a
go ahead.
Deoxys attack, also I'd like a good slow pivot mon to get that in and just like spam attacks off. I don't know.
Yeah.
There
I mean,
aren't
they've
really any slow
got
pivot options.
Scizor and then maybe Blastoise. Does Blastoise hit
Kinda,
turn?
I guess.
But yeah, it's not like the best
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. I guess if you're running like a defensive Scissor set, it's fine.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
Okay.
I think even offensive
Okay.
Scissor, you're mainly just using bullet punch.
Yeah.
So you don't care about speed.
Ratings?
I still like it. I think it's really threatening. I give it a 9.
Yeah, I also really like this draft. I think it's the best so far. I give it an 8.5.
9 Pikachus.
Choose.
Ow.
Yeah,
Lots of Pikachu.
high praise. Yeah.
But it's not like a high. It's not like actually a good competitive mon, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's the face of the franchise. So,
True.
all right. So we went from saying a lot of good things to I think we're about to say a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
I have a
Uh,
good thing to say. I think that the offensive mons are very strong here.
Yeah. I
I
think the
agree.
offense is actually good. I think actually the past 3 drafts or 4 drafts, like all the drafts we've talked about so far, have probably had like 1 or 2 many offensive mons. And the defense has been like, pushed to the side. And this draft is a
Mhm.
prime example of that. Like they just kept drafting offense and never gave any thought to defense.
I think there's like the speed is also really fantastic on this draft.
Yeah.
Zeraora, Iron Bundle, Masquerada
I mean, yeah, those 3 and then it
are
drops
all
off.
very good.
But yeah, agreed. Yeah, the offense is great. There's not any like I think good pivot options into that offense. Like the offense is a bit frail.
Yeah,
I would say more than a bit.
Yeah.
So I
slow
would
I
like
pivot
think
to
have
see
is
slow pivots. Yeah.
it's Yveltal and Screamtail are the two that I think would be taking up that niche, or I guess the Dunsparce with Baton Pass.
Screamtail is not a
But
slow pivot.
you do not want to run
no,
Baton Pass to Dunsparce.
I don't know how you're getting in a like iron bundle. Otherwise, maybe like eject packs or like
Exactly.
eject button, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
like Iron Bundle literally can only enter when something dies or you make a hard predict.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that at all.
So do we want to take a look at the weaknesses, because I think there's a pretty big one.
Yeah, fighting.
Fighting.
In fighting, yeah. And then I would also like to argue that fairy's not much better.
Yep, and fire.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
Also true.
Also,
I think the Terramons are very good.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
Zero Aura and Dunsparce are both like really boosted by Terra. And like Zero Aura is already good, but like with Terra, it's also like I think it gets a big boost. The Dunsparce also gets a big boost. So I think these are good Terra options, but I don't know. Defense is really reliant on Screamtail into Dunsparce. And like Melmetal, I guess, kinda can tank
Mhm.
some hits.
yeah. Like I
But
think the synergy between Melmetal and Screamtail is actually not bad. It's just that's like the only option they have.
yeah.
I think, and then also like the hazards. So hazard setting is only Screamtail, and like if you want to run like stuff on a Suicide Meowscarda, I
Mhm.
don't like that at all. She definitely needs more hazard setting, and then removal is basically only your Yveltal, and they have like three
That
key rocks weaknesses: Yveltal, Iron Bundle, and Gouging Fire. Like those three are all like very
Yeah.
similar to their teams. So I really think they need better removal, and they also have no grounded poison, and I think they're pretty T-Spike weak as well. So like that really like those 3 points there just kind of killed the draft for me.
does Machamp having the guts ability, does that deter you at all
Nah,
from
I don't really care
running
honestly.
T-Spike?
No.
I think Machamp's
Okay,
really bad.
Machamp is not real.
I
Machamp's really
agree. I
bad.
just, you know,
Like,
just
he
throwing it
just
out there to see what you thought about that. Um, I agree with basically everything you've said. Um,
yeah. I think they should for sure
and
drop Machamp and Wugtrio, get some more defensive things, get a grounded poison, get some kind of hazard help. Like neither of those are doing anything.
yeah, when I look at a lot of these drafts and like this one in particular, I kind of feel like there's a lot of stress on certain mons,
Yep,
and I feel like Screamtail and Melmetal both have to heavily outperform what I would consider like a normal workload for them in order
yep,
for this draft to function.
totally agree. Like
I
especially
do think
because all the other mons are so well, most of the other mons are very frail. It's like yeah. Alrighty, well, it's a 3 out of 10 for me.
I give this a 5. I feel like the offense is pretty threatening.
I just think it's so clunky.
And if you only click attacks, maybe you can overwhelm some people.
The other thing is like, how many offensive mons do you need? Like, is drafting like
Like,
an 8th good offensive mon really helping you? You know?
I don't know,
maybe.
but this draft gets 2 smiley faces.
Hmm, well, that's the
Only
worst
2.
yet, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately it is.
All right, the best
All right
draft.
then. Well,
Ben draft. I think it's good.
Maybe not the best
I
draft.
think um
let's see. I guess we can start with the fun thing, and that's Ditto. I think Ditto is a very good pick this draft. Um,
Me too.
I think I really think it helps your team. Not that it's like bad without it, but
I needed anti-sweep
it yes, yes,
because my
absolutely.
basically my only priority is Shadow Sneak Giratina. Pretty bad.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I needed it. That
unless
and then that plus like Sneasler was like my anti-sneak sweeping like
Mhm.
measures that I went to.
I think also like your top end speed is pretty good if like Sneasler is going to be unburdened. Maybe you get a +1 Great Tusk in there,
Yeah.
right? Your top end speed can get up there too.
Yeah, I
I
think
do
my
have
options are a
one.
little.
Feeny runs Scarf sometimes.
I do have
Yeah.
one slight concern. Is just the gap between 90 and 110.
Yeah.
I
Not
am
ideal.
worried that there might be something that can like scarf and take advantage of some things. Um, I don't think it's
What
like
do you mean?
a massive. I think that something like, let's say, I don't know, something that's at 88 to 96 speed with a scarf could kind of put you in an awkward spot
I mean,
with
you can outspeed Mewtwo,
Giratina.
but like
Yeah.
I don't think the gap really matters. I think the gap is not the best just because like something that's like a Garchomp, for example, can run like Adamant,
Yep.
maybe. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's not the best, but I also don't think it's a huge deal.
No. It was just something that stuck out to me as something that you just will have to keep in mind when team building. I don't think it's debilitating, but
Yeah.
just an observation. Let's see.
Yeah, so this draft, like my past few drafts, I've drafted a little more offensive than I would like. Well, I think my playstyle is maybe I just noticed like in prep like I've wanted more defense. So I tried to focus a lot more on defense this draft, trying something new. So we'll see how it goes. I think I do have really good defense, like maybe the best in the draft. We'll see.
I think your defensive options are very strong, but I think they're relatively predictable.
Hmm.
Um,
Really?
you kind of know what most of these mons are trying to do.
I guess they're not like the most versatile. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think I have like I don't have to. I'm not forced into bringing the same core every week, right? I can bring different
But
mods.
like once you see the mons, you know what they're doing. Is what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
I think I also really like the Blissey with Giratina. I feel like that is a really strong combo to help keep Giratina healthy.
I asked Muck about that.
I
He
think
said it
otherwise
didn't
it can
matter.
get worn down.
Yeah, because Muck's like the person I know who used Giratina really well, and he said it didn't need support,
Mhm.
but wish support. But I thought it would be good. Yeah. I more just wanted Blissey for the rocks and the slow pivot, and also just I think special balls in this format are pretty valuable. So Blissey like just hard
Mhm.
tanks literally any, especially offensive Uber, no problem.
Yeah, I think also your abundance of um, slow pivots, like Blissey can slow pivot in
Yeah,
all of your
Blissey and
offensive
Cineroar.
options. Like you have so many really strong setup options to win with like Mewtwo, Sneasler, Ogerpon.
I mean, I think that's actually the
Um,
worst thing about the draft is it's just the offense is a little limited, I think.
yeah. I have that. Like your offense is very weak on its own, like immediately, but you have good slow pivots to help um,
Yeah.
exploit your setup options.
I do feel like that I don't know, two of your best defensive options in Skarmory and Blissey might struggle a little bit with some mixed attackers.
Sure.
Um, just
But I think I have
because,
I have like Finny and Cineroar too that can be like mixed defensive,
mhm,
right?
sure,
And even
I just
Giratina
think that it is a thing to note.
and Great Tusk. Yeah. No, I could see it. I mean, I don't think I'm bringing Skarm Bliss every single week. Uh, Skarm was more because I wanted a really good spike setter, like because I also I wanted to draft a defensive team. I also wanted to have really good hazard control, like setters and removal. So that's also what I focused on. Like Skarm is a great spike setter. I have good rockers, and then I obviously have Tusk, and then I have Giratina to block spin as well. So, and I wanted a Defiant user for to punish Defog. So I got all of it.
Anything else?
No, I think some of these notes were when I still had you as having Rotom Fan over Magneton. I
Mm.
think Magneton helps this draft actually, because I was starting to get a little worried with just like fairy type moves. I know that the most
Mhm.
common is Moonblast.
Yeah, I had
But
that. I was like Ice Weak, and then I was a little Fairy Weak, but Magneton helped both of that.
yeah,
I think
I
you're
was
maybe a
worried about
little bit
physical ice
flying
moves.
weak too. It's not like you do have Scarm, but like I think a little bit flying weak.
Yeah, I could see that. Like if I'm not bringing Magneton, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Colin, would you rate my draft?
I give this a 9.
Me too. Wow. Now I can be happy that I didn't overrate my draft.
You have an Ultra Ball as your rating.
That's not good. I feel
Are you
like.
sure?
I feel like if I got an Ultra Ball at scored, I wouldn't know what to think. I'm
You're the
imagining
only
like your ratings
one
are
who's
like
gotten a score with
like
an Ultra
stickers
in
on a
it.
test.
That's
Like
true. That's
all of your
true.
ratings
Ooh.
so far have been like stickers on a test, and Ultra Ball doesn't really fit the theming here.
Yeah. It changes. It changes. You know.
Okay, well,
No, it's good. I mean, like, it's not a lure ball, but an Ultra Ball is Ultra.
I think I'd rather have like 5 Great
Uh,
Balls than an Ultra Ball.
ooh, but what if I told you it was only out of one Pokeball? Okay.
I guess.
DT.
DT. This is my favorite draft. This is a really good draft. The speed is great. Like 3 good options. Well, actually 4, because Mega Blaziken, speed boost, amazing. The only priority is Kingambit, which is kind of bad, but also, really good priority option. It's not like the worst thing in the world. But I just the offense and defense is just really well balanced. I feel like it's good offense, good defense, in general.
Yeah. I think maybe the defensive options, I would like better slow pivots.
Well, there's
To
what,
get your
Porygon? I guess that's
Oregon.
it. Escavaliers,
yeah.
I think counts. You're not really bringing it a lot, but it counts.
No, I don't believe it has U-turn.
Oh, what? Okay,
Yeah.
that sucks.
No,
So
it's
yeah.
Okay, I can see that then. Yeah.
pretty much just like Oregon, which sucks. I guess you can
Yeah.
run Baton Pass on Diancie,
Well, I was thinking the same thing,
but
but a lot of times you're going to be running Meteor Beam or Diamond Storm,
yeah, you kind of need
and
all your
Not
moves on Diancie.
really.
I don't know if you can fit that.
well, no, my
The thing,
my
but
concern is not that. It's
yeah.
that if you get the boost accidentally from Diamond Storm, you can't click Baton Pass.
Yeah,
And
that is
I
so,
also true.
guess, but like that's pretty rare. I feel like, and also Diancie, I feel like actually is pretty flexible on move slots because it doesn't have a recovery move anyway. You're running like a hazard move and then baton pass and
Sure,
then like 2 offensive moves. So I think
maybe.
baton pass Diancie's good.
I would still like a better, more reliable option
And he does
with
have
how
like
good your offense is.
bulky offense pivots and Latios and Lando.
Yeah, that is true. Lottie can tank some hits.
Yeah. Um, I don't
I
like
think
that like the Lando is super pressured and either running rocks or defog or both, but it really can't run both, and it really even struggles to run one a lot of the time, I feel like.
I
I
agree.
think you can fit rocks pretty often, but yeah.
I think it depends on what set you're running. If it's an offensive Lando week, I would just be worried about how effective is rocks as opposed to clicking Earthquake. Or if you're going
True.
to be scarfing Lando, like you probably don't want to click rocks, especially because this is a like Terra user. So it feels like there might just be better things you can click. And so maybe you just allow Diancie to be that hazard setter, or
Sure. It's just Yancey's not gonna be brought to maybe half the weeks, maybe.
Yeah, I think hazards are my biggest problem with this draft. It's kind of
Yeah.
awkward to fit most weeks. I think um yeah, a better hazard setter would really help with this draft, especially when you have like stuff like Flutter Main and Latios. I feel like those really appreciate chip damage.
well, I
And
feel like a
Yeah.
Mega Blaziken loves having like a layer of spikes or two,
yeah,
or like
Blaziken
one
too.
spike and one rock, and it's just I think Blaziken has the potential to get really out of hand if it just has a little bit of help.
I agree. Although I would
But
say he has the best T Spike user, probably T Spike setter, and Mega Blaziken does a lot of time run protect, so you could get some chip from
Yes,
that.
yes.
that
However,
is true.
I mean, if you're clicking protect, it's going to buy you what 6% or whatever,
It's
6-8%
12.
of damage.
It's 12, right?
Oh
Non-toxic
yeah, I guess it
poison is
depends
12,
on how many
Yeah.
layers. Yeah, non-toxic is 12. Yeah.
which is a good
So
chip.
if you're just doing one, that's probably yeah.
But yeah, I just think yeah.
Yeah.
And then the removal too isn't the best. He's got the Lando and Latios, which you don't love running defog on either of those. And then I don't really expect Avalok to ever come, so it's really just those two. But he does have 0 rocks weaknesses, so I think he can probably get by. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I feel like
One
Avalug is bringable with 200 defense.
1 or 2 matchups, sure.
maybe.
With especially if he tears it,
So
which he should.
something else I've noticed with Lando and Latios is like your team is kind of ground weak outside of those mons, and they
Yeah.
can also both be exploited with an ice move. So I
Yeah,
feel
if
like
there's like against Zygarde, this team super struggles. Like a
yeah,
Thousand Arrows or like a Mold Breaker, like a Crocodile or something.
Yeah.
I guess
Um,
you can Terra Lando,
or not
right?
Crook,
To kind of
Yeah.
like
fix
Excadrill.
it a
I think
little
like Terra
bit.
Ice be good on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I definitely think the Rock's weakness is pretty real. Not like a huge deal, but something to watch for sure.
The Rock's weakness?
Or sorry, ground
What?
weakness.
Yeah, the
Ground
ground
weakness. I
weakness.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Porygon 2 being kind of pressured to be brought most weeks?
I think it's
Just
fine.
because
I think
of
it's
you have Latios and Fluttermane with the Ghost Week.
I think Porygon 2 is one of the
Eh,
best special walls in the format. Like Blissey Umbreon and then Porygon 2's up there, and it, you get the slow pivot and it's not passive. So I think it's like a really good mod in this format. So I don't mind that at all, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. I do want to just draw attention to Shaman. I think that mon is actually pretty decent. I think
Yeah.
it's got good
yeah,
value. With
natural
it was
cure is
what
good.
9 points. I agree.
Oh yeah.
And I
I
think
think
your coverage isn't as good as Celebi's, but like it's still solid.
I like Shaman more than Celebi. The coverage is bad, I agree, or worse, I agree, but the defensive typing, and you also get Seed Flare, which is a much more spammable move.
Hmm.
I think
Um,
it also helps with like T-Wave spam. It feels really good into this team outside of Lando, and it kind of helps with that too. I
yeah.
feel like.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point, actually. It's a really good point. Yeah, I think Shaman should not be that low, honest, or that low pointed. I think it's just there's a lot of like grass types like it that are like really good defensively, like an oversaturation of good grass types. So it kind of just gets
I mean,
undrafted a lot of seasons.
yeah, it hasn't been drafted I think in like 4 years. So
I think it's good. I've had it before.
yeah.
I really like it. I think maybe besides like the hazards being a little sketchy, it's almost perfect, honestly. And the ground
Yeah,
weakness maybe.
I give
Think
this an 8, but I think with
only an 8.
better hazards and a better slow pivot, it's like easily a 9.5 or 10. I think this draft is very close to being amazing.
I gave it a 9.5. I love it.
It's a solid like 9 scoops of ice cream. It's pretty good.
Whoa.
Oh, that is too many.
That's like,
That is too many. Too much ice cream.
yeah, I know.
It's bad.
Who's eating that? Yeah.
All right. We have mine next.
Oh no.
Um,
All right. Really
do you want
great
me to start or
speed.
do you want to go?
I can start.
I think your
You go.
speed is fantastic. Yeah.
Great speed. Priority's fine. You do have a lot of like good slow pivots. Scissor, Rotom Heat, Primarina. I think I got all of them. So I really love that into your offensive options. I would say that your immediate power is not that impressive. Like Lunala leads to setup. Realistically, Zamazenta is not that powerful until it sets up. Garchomp needs to set up. Scissor
Your
needs
special
like
power is good with Swallow, but
Swallow. I wouldn't really call power. Swallow's a good offensive mom, but it's more of a sweeper, like revenge killer type.
I guess.
It's not really like gonna break through
I don't know.
walls a lot of the time.
Paraspex
Sometimes, like
could
I
improve.
guess maybe
I would
Terra. Yeah,
disagree
it can.
because
It
I
can
think you're undervaluing Lunala a little bit. It's got like what?
probably.
It's got pretty high special attack with a like 100 base power.
Yeah,
Um,
it actually is a
Ghost
very
move.
spammable move. That's a good
Moongus
point.
Beam
It's
is
just
very spammable.
I also
the
get
speed
Moonblast
feels
on
really
it.
awkward. Yeah, it's just like I feel like
It's
in
good
order
against
to
defensive mons, but yeah, not
yeah, if you
not
want to
great
get
for
more than
each
one
spell.
kill, you have to set up an agility first.
Yeah.
But you're probably right.
Yeah. And then there's also
Yeah,
Absol, which is what 150 base attack or something, kind of crazy.
I'm not a huge Absol fan personally.
That's
Wait,
not real.
I don't think
Yeah,
Absol's
I think your
150.
immediate. I think your immediate
Oh, it
special
is.
power is good, but your physical power is definitely lacking.
I actually don't think it's that bad.
Bro, your team sucks.
No, I know. I disagree. I think Absol is actually quite real.
We'll see. I think it looks good on paper. I've just never seen it do good things. Its coverage is not the best, I think. Well, it has good special coverage. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well,
I
it's
forget. I
got
forget why I hate this mod.
obviously. Well, you have close combat, you have knockoff, you have Iron Tail, you have Play Rough, Mega Horn, Psycho Cut. You got Rock Slide, Shadow Claw, Stone Edge. You're
Okay,
kind
that's really good actually.
of yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
good.
I forget why I hate this mod. I guess 115 isn't like the fastest, but it's good. You got Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
The defense though is pretty spotty. I think there's only one reliable recovery with Scissor, which is not
Pain
like a
Split.
Greg draft. I feel like Pain Split I don't count as reliable, but
So
it's something.
there's Moonlight on Lunala or Roost. There's Synthesis on Ogre Pawn. And yeah, otherwise, yeah, not a lot of self heal there.
You don't really have any mons that want to switch in and tank a hit, really. I don't know. I feel like with your strong setup options, I would like some stuff to kind of sponge some damage from them.
I feel like Primarina can.
And
I
swap
feel like
in
Rotom's
later.
fine at that as well. Like I feel like I can
They're
pivot in and
okay.
out with that.
They're okay.
Your hazard setting is what? Like just Garchomp
Garchomp
Ogre
and
Pawn?
Ogre Pawn, and then I have T-Spikes on Salazzle and Webs on Araquanid.
Could be
I think
better.
it's good.
I don't think
they're
it's
just good.
great. I don't think Garchomp you want to be using rocks on a lot of weeks. Is the same
like
with
defensive
Ogre Pawn?
Garchomp is viable.
Yeah, some weeks I think it can run rocks, but not all weeks, right? So I think just like some weeks you're just not really gonna have access to rocks, which is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah,
Your removal options are pretty good though.
yeah, removal's good.
Yeah, I actually think Kamala is
Well,
surprisingly real this draft.
I disagree. It's
I
never real.
didn't say it was good, but it might actually be brought to a game or two this time, as opposed to last time.
I feel like any mon less than 5 points is kind of worthless, but that's my take.
Depends. I think Kamala is pretty worthless, but yeah, honestly, I probably overlooked this draft a little. I think the power is a little better than I thought. And even though I think both the removal and hazard setting is like average, maybe
I think the removal is above
maybe like
average, but the settings kind of mid.
I mean, if Rotom gets knocked off, it's not good. Like you don't
Okay.
really want to run
Yeah.
defog on Scissor. And I also really, I mean, Absol, I just don't think is a great magic bouncer because you have to mega first.
I mean, I'll be honest. I feel like Magic Bounce is just kind of a way to deter Will-O-Wisp at this point.
That's actually,
If it
yeah.
happens to deter like a Stealth Rock, that's great. But I actually don't feel like Magic Bounce is all too great, because if you're running a hazard setter that also has decent offensive options, you have to gamble on if they're clicking a hazard or just going to kill you.
I think my least favorite thing about this draft actually is just there's not really a good physical wall. Like maybe Scissor can be that some weeks, maybe Garchomp can be that some weeks, but Garchomp really is not that bulky, especially in an Ubers format. Rotom Heat
I
again is not.
have Zamazenta.
Yeah, I don't
But
know
that's
where
like
that's coming from.
a one-time
I mean, it's
switch.
not really a wall, but yeah.
Yeah, like you don't want to be
I-
using that as like Mamoswine, like abandoned Mamoswine's in, and you got to tank the hit. Like that's what I'm talking about. I mean, like maybe once, but I think could have a better physical wall. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like um I might like screen support with this draft too.
Yeah, I can see that.
You have so many setup mons, which are like kind of bulky and can kind of have some longevity on their own, but like, the extra support I feel like could help.
Can you drop like Kamala for Aurorus or something?
No, Kamala's 2 points. Aurorus is 5.
Okay, well I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have Veil, but I do have the option some weeks if I need screens. There is Rotom, there is Primarina.
Yeah, but like those aren't really great screen spawns.
Alrighty, we should move on. I'm giving it an 8. I think I overlooked a little bit.
I give it a 7.5.
I get a pat on the back. That's my rating for
Damn,
myself.
that's
Did
like
you
the
pat yourself
first
on the back?
tangible thing yet.
Yeah.
That's pretty
the
good.
best so far.
I know.
I
I
mean,
agree. Well, actually, no. The
maybe
ice
I'll
cream's
treat
the best.
myself to some.
I'd rather have
The
9
ice
scoops
cream's
of
the
ice cream
worst.
than.
What? I do not want 9 scoops of ice
Well,
cream.
but you can at least eat a couple scoops and then.
Yeah, you can, or you can share with your friends.
All right, sure.
Sharing
Moving
is
on.
Okay.
caring. Okay, all right.
I need. All right. So I looked at this draft and I started analyzing it. I'm like, okay, maybe they're onto something. Maybe all these fairies could actually be really good. I'm gonna treat this like a real team, and I'm gonna look at its strengths and weaknesses. And then I looked at the type chart and I saw 8 steel weaknesses with 0 resistances, and I gave up.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
tried to
looked
sell
at
you
this.
on this draft.
I looked at this. I gave it a 1 out of 10 because they didn't get a Ferrymon in tier 2 Ubers.
I didn't
If
look at
they
the
did-
type
if-
chart for a while. I was looking. I was like, okay, actually, like this is like maybe a 5 out of 10. Like this is like not that bad. And then I looked at the type chart. I'm like, oh no.
If
No,
they
okay.
did get a Ferrymon in tier 2 Ubers, I would have given it a 10. But because it didn't, it's a 1.
I actually think that someone is going to say this team isn't real. I don't have to try, and it's just gonna get swept. Like I
Yeah,
actually
I
think
agree with
this
that.
team
I think
is
I
the right.
do not think
Oh,
this team will be winless.
oh yeah, no. Like
But
I always say that I think that like that the difference between a good draft and a bad draft is really not that much, and you could still be very successful with a bad draft if you play well and prep well. So I'm
True.
sure they'll get more than a few wins even with this team. But you know, having a steal and a poison weakness like this is very hard to come back from. Like you literally just lead, banded Steelmon and
Yeah,
get a kill.
Cartana
Like
sends its regards.
yeah, like Scarf
Uh,
Cortana.
I do think that Terra could really like carry this team with like a Terra Poison or a
I don't think
Terra
they're
Water,
allowed
and
to
it could
Terra that.
really.
I don't think that's allowed.
You don't think it's allowed?
they have to be
Uh-uh.
Terra
Maybe,
Fairy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
maybe.
You can't be
I
anything
think
else.
they're running like Specs Terra Fairy, like Coco and shit.
They're also never bringing Zygarde, right? Like
Yeah, it's not allowed.
we're agreeing on it. Like if you bring Zygarde, you should automatically have to FF.
They're the one team allowed to run Power Construct Zygarde. No, but I do
You should just
think this
allow them to
team
Terra. Wait. Can you just allow Terra Zygarde so they can at least Terra Fairy that?
Terra.
I would be okay with that.
I would need a sizable chunk of change in a PayPal to be disclosed at a later date. I do think this team actually has pieces though. Like you have Alolan Ninetales for Veil. You have your terrain, like electric terrain Valiant. And I think there's a world where if you're willing to run terrain extender on Coco, it's not a bad screens user. You would have a shorter time with the screens up, but
Well, you just
in
run.
exchange you would have
I mean, if you're
yeah.
running screens, you're
Um,
never not running Ninetales. I mean,
Yeah.
it's actually not that bad. I agree. Like the setup mons are really good synergy with Alolan Ninetales. Like the offense is actually like pretty threatening,
mhm.
genuinely. Obviously, like there's like zero defensive core, which is pretty bad. Uh,
I mean, if you just lead Ninetales, put up screens, and then start setting up every week.
yeah, like it's a hyper offensive team. They also like have very little hazards. They've like got like rocks on Ticketon, and that's literally it. But yeah,
There's
I just it,
fancy.
like you can't get past the type weaknesses, and I think we should just move on.
Yeah.
I
Agree.
will say though, if I were given the option of like picking like whatever draft in here to use, this would not be last actually.
Yeah, I think it's a fun like offensive draft kind of. I think
All
they're
right.
for sure gonna get their share of wins. Like I think this will have some success, but more because of the players, not the draft.
Moving on.
1.5 out of 10.
Um, they get one of those like fairy wands from Party City.
I don't want one of
Wow.
those. What? I'd rather have that than like an Ultra Ball sticker.
Okay, this guy's just
Uh,
ungrateful.
well, I
What a
just
guy.
think your ratings are not very consistent. I think you
I
need to
know.
come up with a better
You think
system
your team
here.
is better than that?
I do think my team's better than that, but I don't think my rating is better than their rating. I want my fairy
I
wand.
see.
Maybe
Okay,
Greg doesn't agree.
Interesting.
Docta.
Dr.
This team looks
Shock.
miserable to play against. That's all I'm gonna say. I do not want to play against this team whatsoever.
I actually don't really like it. Like the speed is not good in my opinion. You got Mega Beedrill, good,
Yeah.
and then Raikou's, fine, but then after that drops, Paragon was like you're not
No,
bringing it,
yeah,
and then
speed is bad, but like
speed is bad. Like
playing as Ho, Gliscor, Gold feels and Slowking is not gonna be
also
fun.
like the only priority is Conkeldurr pretty much. I think this team's like very prone to being swept,
That is
in
true.
my
Yeah.
opinion. I also really hate how they've drafted a Goldengo, and then the only hazard setter realistically is Gliscor. Like Gliscor, like Kanyu's Gliscor, you really struggle to even fit one hazard move on it, much less two. And
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
they're
Gliscor
gonna have to
definitely
choose
struggles
between.
from move slots.
Yeah. So like
I think
you're
with
gonna.
this team, it's not as bad. I think you can get away with double hazards, or at least like
Yeah.
spikes, and
But like also
like
Gliscor is like a main defensive thing on their
yeah,
team. I don't know.
that is true.
And
You really
then it's
do want to
just
run like a
it's a
roost or a
Goldengo.
protect along with it, and yeah,
Like the whole point
better
with
hazards would
Goldengo
be
is the
better.
hazard stack. Yeah. So I really hate that. I really wish they got another good hazard setter. Like I think Gastrodon instead of Slowking would be great on this team.
I think,
Well, okay. Then you
especially
lose out on double regen if you drop the Slowking.
Who cares? It's overrated.
I really liked it having I had Slowking Galar or whatever, and having that with Hoa felt really nice.
Eh,
Um,
I think yeah, like you said though, when you have this many good knockoff users and a Gliscor, or sorry, and a Goldengo on your team, um you really want to have better hazards.
yeah. I also like the offense is okay, but it's just really not that threatening in my opinion. One of
Yeah,
the least
I will
threatening
agree with that.
of the
yeah,
whole
I think
of
you
the
get
whole
worn down over
drafts.
time.
The offense can sure.
Yeah,
The defense is like stick around forever, but yeah. I feel like this team kind of wants a trick room because like your best offense really is like Conkeldurr and Amorous.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think Trick
Well, I
Room is
mean,
viable. You have
Slowking
Slowking.
gets yeah, Slowking's a good trick room
Oh, it
setter
does get
actually.
trick room.
Trick room,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
then you can run teleport or chili reception, whichever one it gets.
I did not know it got trick room.
Yeah,
Never mind. Yeah,
actually,
that's
I
good.
didn't realize this is maybe just a
Mhm.
trick room team. Goldengo's like could be used under trick room too.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Scrafty is also deceptively good in Trick Room. As
How are
like
you
a
boosting its
secondary threat.
attack? Like bulk up?
I don't
Well, it's
that
just
yeah, bulk
it's
up.
like it isn't like powerful at all.
Um, it's got I think Intimidate can help, and then if you're clicking bulk up and drain punch, I think you have some longevity. I don't think it's something
You're
that
out of
you
trick room by the time you set up.
sure. I don't know. I think it is maybe not the first or second thing, but I that comes to mind. But I think it could be. You have to at the very least acknowledge it exists
I mean,
and
Conk is
have
just way
something.
better
In my
for
head, Scrafty is the 12th thing that comes to mind
yeah.
on this team of 12 months.
um, let's see. I think the defense is good, but also they don't have for the defense. I think it's more of a defensive draft, but like they don't have a really good physical wall. Like Gliscor maybe, but
Hello, can this is
Ho
fine,
is a special
right?
wall, much more than a physical wall.
With
Sure, but a
your
lot of the
burn
times
move,
you're Sacred Fire helps, and then because your SPDF is so high, you can invest
you
in
just
your
run like
regular
max
defense.
defense with Sacred Fire.
Yeah.
I
And I feel like
guess
most physical mons want to swap out.
it's more of a nitpick, I think, but just could have one more physical defensive option. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's like the offense, in my opinion, is not very good. The speed is not good. The priority is not there, and I don't think the defense is
Wait,
even that.
Biscore is a physical wall too, though. 125 defense,
Yeah.
What's its HP?
75.
I guess it's
And
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I think I
you have
take it back.
Toxic Heal as
It's
well.
fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. But yeah, like and then the defense is good, but not anything that's really impressive in my opinion. So I don't know. It's just kind of like what's there to like, you know?
I feel like they will make a lot of people have no fun playing against them, which I think
Yeah.
I would like.
I
I
also
guess I'm,
think the Terramons are actually quite decent.
Terramons are very good, yeah,
But
especially
like
with Trick Room
some of the
support.
best one. Exactly.
yeah, that is true. I also do think Ho-Oh is like maybe the best thing in the draft. Period.
Yeah,
Either
yeah,
that
I agree with that.
or like Xerneas maybe.
I really considered
Probably
grabbing
Ho.
it, but
I did too.
So good.
I know.
We were literally going to pick Kaui, but then I got sniped.
Yeah.
Like
One
it
away,
shouldn't have
right?
gotten to us.
No, it should
Anyway,
have been
but-
drafted and it should have been top 3
Yeah.
pick probably. I think the only reason to not pick it is picking a good tier 2.
I give this an 8 out of 10.
Give it a
Dr. Shock
7.
gets 4 chocolate bars.
What? Dude, I'm getting ripped off. Like, and I get an Ultra Ball? Come on.
Listen, Ben, on the
It's
hierarchy
useless.
of Pokeballs, an Ultra Ball is good.
But it's useless. What am I using it for? I want, like,
I'm not
Like-
physically giving Dr. Shock 4 chocolate bars.
wait, you're giving him, wait, what? I thought that's what it was.
It's on a scale. It's just he gets like 4 chocolate bars.
Yeah, like physical chocolate bars to eat and enjoy without me.
All right, let's
Let's move on.
to
Let's
talk
move on.
about
So sad.
cons.
Let's see. Speed, I really don't like that much. Topping on at 122 is not ideal, and then really the only other thing above 100 is Lucario.
Mhm.
I don't
I mean,
really count
Lugia
Lugia.
was 110.
Yeah, but like Lugia's defensive, you're not really like running speed investment most weeks. Maybe a little bit, but it's just
I think
not
it's
really
just enough to outspeed some of the slower defensive mons or slower offensive mons. But
Yeah, like if you're playing a Mamo, you run enough speed to outspeed Mamo, but like
yeah.
you're not like, gonna you're not gonna like speed tie a Latios and like kill it or something.
Right.
Sure.
I would, however, like to just draw attention to one thing that I was told repeatedly, is that if you look closely, Garg is actually a water type. So just keep that in mind for the rest of your analysis. I was told this by, mainly by Bunnies, but also by Con as well,
Okay.
for Terra.
Yeah, sure. And then you have like your offense is balanced, but your only special offense is like Greninja and I guess Typhlosion if
Typhlosion?
you want to count that, but I hardly count that. But like you don't have any like special power or special setup.
Ooh. So actually, Mega Lucario.
Kind of is good too, and Mega Lucario is
Mega
mixed,
Lucario gets a nasty plot, and it's
Okay.
what, 140? Like
It's
140
like actually
base
good.
special-
No,
yeah,
it's like actually mixed Lucario is like you can run physical or special on it.
yeah.
I don't know if you're running nasty plot though. I mean, I guess you can.
I mean, you're in Swords Dance.
Okay. Maybe I'm a little wrong, but still, I mean, then it's like most of your
Yeah.
physical power is zapped. I mean, I guess you've got Ursulina.
And Rillaboom.
Well, and Pecharunt has some like offensive sets that aren't bad.
Yeah, okay.
I swear it's good. I've
I
used
think one thing that I really don't like about this draft is that we have a Lugia and then our hazard removal options are like Fortress, which
And Lugia.
I don't love. I mean, yeah, but like
I think it's very
you're kind of forced into running
predictable.
boots.
Yeah, I think like you're gonna be running the same Lugia set every week.
I don't know,
you're
that
not running
mon's
Fortress.
kind of versatile.
Yeah, you can run setup for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Common
good sets that I don't want to say because we play week 1.
But I don't think you can
They
run
scare
that
me.
because then you don't have removal unless you're running Fortress, I guess.
Yeah.
I also you don't really have so you have Lucario for setup, and then Ursaluna like appreciate. So I don't know if this is a good fit for Grimmsnarl, just because like this isn't really the type of archetype that appreciates screens. Your
I mean,
offense is
like,
like not that setup-y.
SD Rillaboom, you have like
Lugia can set up, Lucario sets up, Rillaboom sets up, Ursaluna sets up.
Yeah, it's just I would have really liked to see more threats when you draft a Grimmsnarl. It's like
Patch can run Nasty Paw
you have
too.
like I would say like average amount of setup.
Literally all of our top 4 picks can run a setup. Or I guess not
I
Conundromic,
don't
but
think
like
Lugia is that good of a like. It's a good Calm Mind user, but that doesn't screens doesn't help a ton with Calm Mind because usually Calm Mind is like a long term thing.
Yeah.
I think it definitely helps
yeah,
for Lucario, and I think it definitely helps a bit for Ursaluna. But outside of those two, I think it kind of doesn't do a whole
sure.
lot. Maybe Rillaboom. But yeah, no, you've got like a lot of good defensive options. I definitely appreciate that. And they're not that passive either, which is
Yeah,
good.
that is one thing I really like. Our defensive options are not passive at all.
Yeah, and you got like slow pivots too. You got Fortress,
Yeah,
Vaporeon.
we have really, really good like active defensive mons that can also pivot.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
feel
I think
like
our pivots
so
are
much of
also
the
like
offense, so much of the offense is gonna fall on Lucario. Like this thing is very pressured. I
yeah,
feel like
true,
offensively to get all
Agreed.
the
true.
kills.
I also agree.
Um, Without
I think
Fortress, really your only hazard setter is Garganacl. So I don't
yeah,
love that either. I think you're just
Or
kind of
yeah.
hazard's
yeah,
Our
gonna be
hazards
awkward
are
Slytherin.
every single week.
because like that is something else I would really like with this team, along with better removal is better hazard setting. Because I feel like Garg and Petch can really force a lot of switches.
I would also say this team is kind of well, Rillaboom helps, but it's a little Edgequake weak. Like grassy terrain does a lot for you in shoring up some of that ground weakness because a ground or rock type is likely going to have access to the other, and so Lugia might not want to stay in on something that could be clicking a rock slider stone edge.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, we need to start moving a little faster. We're like halfway through,
Yeah,
a little more than halfway. I also see an electric weakness.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of awkwardness to this draft. Just
I
like not the
agree.
best fit. So I'm not that high on it. I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 6.5. I am also not that
Oh wow.
big a fan of it.
You get a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich combo as
Bro,
your
and I'm stuck with an Ultra Ball. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna change my draft, so I'm gonna Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Do you want to trade? I'll trade.
Oh man. Okay, Plater.
Okay, I would
Greg, you
I
wanna
would like
start?
to have one disclaimer before
Okay.
we start this. Okay, um, Blader did ask me for some help. However, I did not tell him to draft Double Dragon. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Just
Okay. I
yeah,
think like I'm not hung up too much on the Double Dragon. I think he covered for it okay.
yes. However, there are a couple other weaknesses.
There are.
Like, so let's
Like
see,
when you
one,
draft a
two, three.
Guarantina, you like to cover for the ghost weakness, and they did
Hmm.
no such thing. Pretty
Yeah,
ghost
I would
weak.
also like to say 5 ground weaknesses, with your one
Yeah,
resistance or immunity being your tier 2 Ubers.
yeah,
Red.
which
Yeah,
is not the most bulky thing. Yeah, huge ground weakness, like really bad. Like
Yeah.
I think the worst thing by far of this draft is the ground weakness.
Um.
Yeah, there's also just like no grass type. I would
Mhm.
appreciate having that for ground for
There's
other
no normal type.
things. Yeah, no normal type.
another
No
type
Um,
when
steel
you have
types.
Giratina is kind of rough. I think the priority is very good.
Yeah,
They have like a
yes,
lot of really good
priority's like
priority
maybe
mons.
the best
very
in the
true.
whole draft.
Yeah,
I actually
I
think
agree.
I
Rayquaza
would
is
agree.
really good.
Hmm.
I think Weavile is really, really good in this draft.
I
Yeah, I
Standard
agree.
was
start,
I
I
was
think
gonna
it
pick it. He picked it like
So
what
good.
4 picks before me before I would have.
Yeah. I told
Stab
him
by
he had
start,
to
I
give it
think
10. Yeah.
is one of the most valuable things you can have in this draft. And Weavile's
Uh,
one of the best stab ice shard users. So
I would just like to say I don't know that Regieleki is a real Pokemon, and I think it
I think it
does
should be
not
Leptera.
do.
I played her Terra.
Let Blader Tear. I think that should be dropped for a grass type of equal value because I don't think Rapid Spin on Regieleki is real, and otherwise,
I agree.
I don't know, maybe Rotom-Mow or something is available. I guess I don't know if
Yeah.
points work out, but
I
like
also
drop.
don't.
Yeah.
I also don't like Excadrill and Katana. They feel too similar to me. I also just don't like Excadrill in general without sand support. I just think it's
I think
not a good
Excadrill
mod.
is the most fake mon. We have
Yeah.
played it with sand support and it still felt fake.
I think, yeah, it's gotten a lot worse. I had it in my very first season of RPL, and it was really good with sand support, but I think it's gotten super power crept.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would drop Excadrill and Regieleki, get like a really good grass. Also maybe get some reliable recovery. I'm pretty sure there's 0 reliable recovery on this entire team. It's also
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, I think the sources that are there are on mons that should be clicking an offensive move,
With
like Synthesis on Kartana, or
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like that's
Yeah,
not
it
real.
doesn't count. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
the defense
also
good.
I was gonna say with how many amazing like setup options you have with this team, I feel like having better slow pivots to exploit them would be very valuable. You really like your best slow pivot is Healing Wish on Gardevoir.
Yeah.
Uh, is there not? Could you not argue that it's flip turn on Tentacruel with a like very slow speed?
I mean, maybe.
Maybe, sure.
I don't think their
But it's still bad.
offenses
Either
their
way, it's
Yeah,
offense
still
is
yeah,
bad.
not
yeah.
super their offense isn't super frail, but I think it's more that just their defense doesn't really exist.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no defense.
well, it kind of exists, but it's just like very low tier options. Registeel, Magmortar, Tentacruel. I actually really like Magmortar.
hmm
But
I
it's
actually
not
think that there's a chance Magmar could be better just to get a couple extra points.
maybe.
Um,
Yeah, and then Hazard setting is not very good. You can run rocks on Excadrill, but it's not ideal. And then Registeel can run rocks when it comes, but it's not always going to come. So
I am worried about knockoff on this team.
yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a great point.
I know technically you could say that Mega Guard can take it, but without a way to heal, unless you're clicking
Yeah.
Wish, which is not real, you are very sad. And otherwise, your resist is Weavile, and you have a Giratina.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you're gonna be facing what 2, maybe 3 knockoffs a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rough.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of problems. We should move on. I give it a
Move on.
2.5.
I give this a 4.
Gets a you tried sticker and 1 thumbs up sticker.
There we go. Finally an appropriate rating from Greg. Phantom Brittany. I don't like the speed at all. You
I
got.
think the speed is okay.
I mean, well, okay, Dark Ride. Yeah, it's just it tops out at. There's only 2 things above 100, right? Like,
Yeah, but like
it's okay.
they're okay.
yeah.
I don't think
The
it
priority's
matters
good though.
that much.
You got Mamo Ice Shard, Sucker Punch,
Yeah.
Darkrai, Low
Low
Kicks.
Low kicks.
Yeah, it's good.
Your priority is really, really strong.
I think it's pretty well rounded overall. I'd say. I think maybe the thing that's most lacking is a better special wall, especially in an Ubers format where a lot of things are especially offensive. You don't really have a good special sponge on this team.
I
How do you
think
feel about defensive Magearna?
It's good, but just it can it can get worn down really fast.
Yeah, I also want to say, I feel like the defense on this team is really dependent on you bringing Moltres and Wheezing every single week.
Hmm.
Like, you need those ground immunities and the fighting resists, or else your team really, really struggles.
I can see that.
Um,
I think the biggest problem is water. Besides Ogerpon
Yep.
well, there's a
yeah,
big
also
water
water moves are
weakness.
very spammable.
Yeah.
I feel like Ogerpon can kind of be exploited.
Yeah. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, like there's a lot of good offensive options, I would say. And then like they have decent defensive options too. So it's not bad.
I think the offense is pretty special leaning, but I mean your
I
physical
agree.
mons are very good. Like Ogerpon, Wellspring,
Yeah.
Mamoswine, low kicks are like all very threatening on their own. So I don't know how big a deal it is.
Yeah, it's just a little to the special side.
I am worried that there are going to be a couple of weeks where Magirna is really stretched thin. I feel like this draft is potentially asking a lot from it.
I can see it. Although they do have a secondary fairy.
Right. However, they
Yeah.
only have one steal as well. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
and then,
I think that's how Magana feels on a lot of teams, though. It's very
that's fair,
Yeah.
very
yeah.
good. It's a very much like a glue Pokemon.
I don't love the fact that their spike setters are Ogerpon plus Magirna. Magirna is a good spiker, but
Yeah.
I think
I
Ogerpon
think
is a passable spiker, honestly.
yeah. I'm just
Eh,
worried that like when I think of Ogerpon, you have your cudgel move, you have your grass move, you have knockoff, you have U-turn, and
sword
I
stance, maybe.
yeah, I don't
Resonance
love dropping one of
Trailblaze,
those for like
Encore.
for spikes. Like I
I
think that one is so
actually
versatile that I want like at least another option that feels threatening to have a spiker or something.
Tropicos gets rocks, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, Trapagos is really good.
Okay. Yeah. I said I didn't like the rocks options, but I'm pretty sure that's not in like the dock that I use for some reason. But
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
so Terapagos,
Yeah,
Regirock,
Trapagos
Mamoswine,
is a
and
really good.
Corsola all have it.
Yeah. I think if Tropicos didn't get rocks, I think rocks would be a problem on this team too, but it does, so
Yep.
we're fine.
I have a slight issue with Corsola Galar. Um, I would love a little bit of a better ghost type. I understand that it's deceptively bulky with Eviolite and it gets like sap zipper, I believe, or sorry, strength sap. I mean,
Yeah,
so like it does have some staying power and it is kind of annoying to keep on the field for like the opponent, but
a better ghost type, I agree. And
I
there's
would
no
love a
electric
better
type
ghost type.
here
Yes.
either.
Which is fine. You don't need it.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I
It's
guess with the rocks
just something.
weakness too, like how are they killing waters? They're using their non-existent. Oh, I guess Ogerpon. Besides
It's
Ogerpon, they can't
Ogrepon.
even kill
Yeah.
waters really.
Well, you have I guess it's like um
I mean, what is a
you
water
have
type gonna do into
Thunderbolt.
Ogerpon
Yeah. You have
Yeah,
Thunderbolt on a couple mons.
with water absorb though?
yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. The water weakness is kind of there, yeah, but I mean, Ogerpon helps quite a bit.
Um, I don't know. I think it's pretty solid draft. It's just
I do think this is a very good draft, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, yeah. I
Anything else?
don't have too many complaints. I think just like no, I don't think I have anything else. I give it an 8.
I give it a 9.
They get one
Whoa.
extra pink Diancie.
Wait, they get a Dancy too?
Oh, I did also want to say I feel like again slow pivots would be
Yeah.
really valuable against
Yeah.
dark. Like when you have a Darkrai on your team, having a slow pivot,
That
you
is
can like
kind of
rush
mech though.
them. There's no like yeah, you have Magirta as your slow pivot, which is like, eh.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Did Brittany or Phantom want to say anything? What do we hit it?
I think that our team is a little special leaning, but I feel like y'all
Yeah.
are kind of sleeping on like our mixed attackers,
True.
Ultras and Reshiram.
Yeah, got coverage too.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, you do have good coverage actually on your offense. I can see that for sure. Tropicos like has a really spammable move.
It also gets like a good move of every type.
I could maybe be convinced to go up to 8.5. That was before I realized Tropicos got rocks.
Oh
My
yeah,
rating
it's
still
definitely way
stays
better.
the same of an extra pink Diancie.
Ursula G gets rocks too.
Hmm?
Sleeping, of course. Love.
Okay,
You're about to see some.
Okay,
No,
all right,
no.
buddy.
we're moving on.
Yeah.
Keep
We're
that.
Middle
moving
to
on.
sleep. I picked the last 3 Pokemon.
I pick Corsola.
Pancakes.
Okay.
Pancakes. I think this is
Like-
the worst speed of the draft by far.
You're relying on
You're relying on Sun
Proto.
a
Yeah.
lot.
But there's no chlorophyll user even. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
don't know
guess.
why
Yeah,
we
it's-
have Venusaur Mega instead of regular
Yeah,
Venusaur.
I really
Well,
would
okay,
like to
so
see a chlorophyll
I
user.
I wonder if it is just situationally going to Mega and is going to
But,
run
like-
Chlorophyll until then.
But you have to.
like-
But like regular Venusaur is still on the draft board. Like you could pick
Yeah.
regular Venusaur.
Yeah. Also, like
Like,
you're
don't-
wasting a lot of points if you're, just like take the points,
Yeah.
go get something better,
the
and
points and
just
take a
have a
good
regular
mod.
Venusaur that you can run an item on.
Yeah.
You don't need to. Yeah. Also, it doesn't help that their ground is neutral to, or sorry, that their grass is neutral to ground because they have a huge ground
Yeah.
weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah, ground moves are incredibly spammable versus this team.
Like huge ground weakness.
Also, this is a triple dragon team, and it's not like
Yeah,
they
also
have
ice
some
moves are very
random.
spammable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. You're right.
They're like Groudon. Like you need to keep Groudon alive, and you can just spam ice moves.
Hell, you don't even mind spamming fairy moves to a certain degree. Like, sure, there's Heatran,
Yeah.
but like, eventually Heatran's gonna get whittled down. Like,
Venusaur can kind of take him. Kind of.
yeah, that's true. But I am just kind of worried about like what happens when something can threaten a powerful Moonblast and
Yeah,
like
And
what
have
comes
coverage
in.
for it. Right?
Yeah,
Like, I feel like Moonblast and a Psychic move is a very, very common combo to hit the Venusaur.
It kind of sucks because I feel like the defense is actually pretty solid outside of the weaknesses, but I think the weaknesses kind of rips through it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the current thing is just how many of these weaknesses are coming at one time. And like, let's be fair here.
I don't think there's any counterplay to the ground. Like you can switch in your
Yeah,
mana buzz a million times, but eventually it's
Mana
gonna
Buzz
hit
To be
is
something
fair,
else.
not gonna last
Harping
forever.
and Alolan Sandslash, like I don't know that I'm really counting it. You know?
Yeah. Even with Terra, like they don't really count
Yeah.
as mons. I don't think.
Yeah. I agree. Like I wouldn't bother counting their weaknesses there. And like I don't think Mandibuzz is incapable of it. And like Slitherwing is okay at handling ground moves too.
Eh. I think I'm clicking Earthquake every time into this team, and I'm happy most of the time.
Yeah. They
I
do
really
have,
just wish
And
this team
eventually
was
you'll wear it
faster.
on Mandibuzz.
they do like somehow have probably the best hazard setting in the draft. Like
Literally
really
every
good.
single mon on their team gets
Yeah.
I
hazard
know.
tiers.
So it's
I don't
made-
understand it. It doesn't even look like it. Like you wouldn't think it when
No.
you look at the team. But
But
everything.
yeah,
just-
literally everything.
yeah. They only have defog, but the removal's good.
a
that's
lowland
fine.
sand / rapid spin.
Yeah. Then, no.
Yeah, no. I think Chansey's really good this season. But
I feel like they actually have knockoff switch-ins to help support Chansey.
Yeah. I think Chansey's good on this team. It's fine.
kinda
I guess. I mean, it's
decent.
fine.
I guess.
Slither
Thing
wing,
is,
Mega
if
Venusaur.
Chansey gets knocked off, it still tanks any special hit. Like, it's not that bad. It's I think that's kind of all I had on this. Good
Yeah, in general,
priority.
I'm not really a big fan of weather teams, though. I feel like they're
I think-
awkward to play and
Well,
easy
you
to
don't have
exploit.
to. It's not like dedicated. Like, you don't need to get photosynthesis boosts on Raging Bolt and Walking Weight for it to be effective.
Yeah.
Walking Wake or Slither Wing.
Sure.
So I think it's fine. I actually would like to see a chlorophyll user, mostly to help the speed.
Yeah, no, I think you should drop Venusaur Mega and get regular Venusaur, and then use your points.
Maybe, but I also
pick
think they should
something
get
else.
a grass type that isn't poison, or another.
Also, probably that.
enemy.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what they would have to drop for that, though, is my current, like, question / problem.
I don't
Where I feel like with how this is constructed and what's up, yeah.
know.
So we
I
want to,
give
like,
it-
address the elephant in the room, too, by the way.
What?
Huh?
The, the photosynthesis boosted Raging Bolt with Terra.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is like
I
very
think that
scary.
is
for-
going to be very good. I also, though, think Raging Bolt's a little overrated. I've never.
That
been
is
able to
like the
use it
best part
well.
about this draft, though.
Yeah.
The Sun Raging Bolt.
I will
I also
say,
think Groudon is just really, really fucking good. I
yeah.
think it's one of the best tier ones as well.
I think that if they had somehow managed to, like, snag Fluttermane, like, if it had just fallen,
Yeah,
it would be
really strong.
so broken.
Sure.
Maybe try to finesse a trade.
All right.
I-
7.5.
I give it a 7.5 as well.
They get 7 beach volleyballs.
That's like so. That's like way better than like a lot of other things. I feel like.
All right.
Okay. All right. So I would
think-
like to
I
just
think
have
we're
a
getting
callback
we're
here.
getting a power creep here on Greg's ratings. Like at first you
little
gave
bit.
like 2.5 like thumbs up stickers, and now you're giving 7 beach volleyball stickers.
No, not
They're not even
not
stickers,
stickers.
just
They're
beach
not- they're just
volleyballs.
beach volleyballs.
Just be that even better, yeah.
So remember how I said that I enjoyed the almost mono fairy team more than some other teams in the draft? This is the one
Yeah.
that came to mind. I would just
Oh,
like to point out that I found where all of the grounded poisons went. They're on this team.
Yeah. What is Gengar
And-
doing on this team?
I don't know. I think that Mon needs to be kicked off of this team. Like,
Agreed.
send it to the Shanghai Sharks, please.
Yeah, like it's literally just Nagadadao but worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't like that Mimikyu is the only fairy type. I think that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah. I am also kind of worried about their removal.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think relying on Glamora is very awkward. A lot of times Glamora can't get off mortal spins, and also having
You don't
Cinderace.
really wanna
First
be-
of all, Cinderace is awkward, and second of all, Cinderace is really awkward if you have a Glamora that got up toxic
Yeah,
debris.
Yes.
You do not want to click court change with this team when you have Gastrodon and Glamora.
Yeah, I totally
also,
agree.
I don't like Cinderace that much as a mon because
Yeah.
clicking Pyro Ball terrifies me. Because,
Oh,
you
I
know, sure,
disagree. I love Cinderace.
90% of the time it's fine. But like that 10% just ugh.
Cinderace
Yeah,
is
no,
great.
Cinderace doesn't make any sense on this team. Gengar doesn't make any sense on this team.
Mimikyu is
Mimikyu is
eh.
a subpar option.
It's a good mon. In fact, I think it's actually decent in this draft. I just don't want it on this team.
I think this
Yeah,
is maybe the result of all the fairies getting taken by Mach.
perhaps.
There were still good
Are
fairies
they
and
still? Okay. I don't
like
know.
I
I
know
got
there
mine
were
early,
when this was
so.
picked.
Uh,
Like
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the offensive mons are frail, and then the defense is like pretty
There's
limited.
yeah. There's
Like you got
no great.
Celesteela and like Gastro, I guess, Umbreon. It's kind of awkward, and then you really don't have good pivots into your for all
Umbreon
offensive
is good.
things. Yeah,
Umbreon is good.
Umbreon. Yeah,
Umbreon's
okay.
quite good.
One
But
thing.
yeah,
You have one
you
one
definitely need
pivot.
more pivots when you have this much frail
I
offense.
actually Electros is good too. I just noticed that.
I think Electros is
I don't think that mon
fine.
is. I
I'm
don't
a
think
huge
that mon is
Electros
good
fan.
at all.
No, it's so good.
I think
You're
that
so
mon is
wrong.
horrible.
It has 0 weaknesses. It's so good, and it has really good coverage.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything.
It's good coverage. Don't look at its
It's
stats. It's better
no,
than its
it's
stats.
fine. It's
Its
a
stats are
fine mon.
horrible.
It has
No,
a
it's
place
good.
on. It's like
Just use
it's
it
a
one
good role
con.
player.
It's like it feels so good to
Bunnies
use.
really wanted me to pick Electros.
It's very good. I'm
I
such a
just
huge
did not.
Electros fan.
I
I
was
had it at
not
the end
having
of
it.
last season. I brought it like one game and it was amazing. It felt so good.
Maybe
So
So
good.
that's
amazing.
good.
Let's
Just
only
use
I'll
broke
it.
give
one
Just
it.
like
game.
use it in like a I don't know a UU or RU game or whatever tier it's in. Like
What about in a
so good.
double Ubers draft?
I would like
How
to
about
point out
that?
one thing really quickly. So just a quick list of a couple of the fairy types that are available.
Okay.
Florges,
Wait, what?
Gardevoir, Rabombi, Comfey, Granbull, like
Oh my
Slurpuff.
God, he needs to drop
There are
Gengar for
options.
Fortress like right now. Please do it.
Like,
Minus
please.
Gengar plus Fortress in the chat. Because that helps his removal a lot too,
Yeah,
obviously.
It like that one fix right there would
Yeah.
help
it
quite a bit.
bumps it up like 2 points for me
Yeah,
if you do
yeah, I
that.
totally agree. The hazard
And
setting
then you
is
can
like,
drop Mimikyu for a better mon too.
yeah,
I mean, I think
agreed.
you can even keep Mimikyu if you want to use Mimikyu. Like,
It, I
it's
don't know,
not.
it's fine.
Hold on. Let's see what ghost types are up. Like, um, actually, yeah, no, drop Mimikyu and pick up like Poltergeist,
Maybe.
like just or Sinistra or like
Ooh,
I
Sinistcha
don't
would
know,
be really good. I like that.
like just pick any of them. There are so many like good ghost types that are still left.
Yeah, I would like Sinistra on this team too.
Um,
He's
Especially if you drop Gengar too, right? Like
yes, you
yeah,
drop Gengar, you
exactly.
drop Mimikyu, you pick up like Florges plus like Sinistra.
Sinistcha. Yeah.
yeah,
Hell, you can drop
draft gets so
Sceptile for
much
something
better.
it's oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
like
It's
infinitely
it's
Sceptile.
yeah,
threatening.
it's
Sceptile
actually
feels
like
really good.
I mean you can even drop Cinderace too because I feel like Cinderace also just doesn't make any sense when
I
you have
I
Glimmer.
no, I like Cinderace. You don't need. It's not there for core change. It's there as like a.
Right.
It's like
I guess.
Meowscarada. Like it's just a really good like protein
I-
user like thing. It has really good coverage. It can set up.
I
I like
guess.
Cinderace.
And then like maybe snag like a semi-passable hazard removal option that's not Glamora, so you have a backup just in case.
Yeah, I think the hazard setting's okay, but yeah, it kind of does all go through Glimora.
Yeah, because I feel like that mon is kind of pressured right now.
Agreed. Big agree. Especially with the removal situation.
Yeah, like I think you can't be the best setter and removal option like to this degree. I think you need some help.
He's also ground weak and ghost weak.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Ground and ghost moves are very threatening for this team.
Yeah, we could. That's the triple poison type, and we have a way to fix it.
Yeah,
Please fix it.
fix it.
All right.
Fix it and it's good.
I got 5 out of 10.
I give a 6 out of 10, but make those changes and it's easily like a 7.5.
You get like a "you tried" sticker, but
Oh, that is depressing.
but you make that, and you get like the little note at the top of like your homework that's like you're making like big improvements. You know.
See me after class.
Got a
Gotcha.
11 out of 12 fairy team is better than this team sticker. No. Or I would rather use it. is what I'm
It's
hearing said.
listen. You
I
make that
would still
change, and
rather
I
use
was
this. No, I would still rather use this team.
Yeah,
than
I agree. I agree.
I think that fairy team is not playable.
All right. Crown's team. I like
Crown.
this team. His speed is like really good. The whole like not only at the top, but it's
Yeah,
like super well spread out.
super well balanced. Yeah.
Yeah. Like everything, literally what, 10 out of 12 mons are above 80. Like that's really good.
Yeah.
Like even his defensive things are gonna be outspeeding most other defensive things. So I really like it. Priority's fine. You got like Megalopunny and Lake and Rock and Zarude.
Yeah, I think your priority is good.
Some absolutely insane Terras, by the way.
Yeah, having Hatterene and Zarude and Melodic all as Terra options is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, really like the
I
Terra
also think that
options.
like a Terra Blacephalon
Yeah,
um,
Blacephalon too.
is pretty good, especially if you're trying to use like if you're trying to exploit like extra sensory, just needs like an extra little bit of damage
Yeah,
to start
yeah,
sweeping.
definitely.
Like stuff like that is just could be real big.
The offense is like just really good. There's a ton of options. It's very balanced between physical, special. I really like Genesect. I think it's
Yeah,
got
I think
a lot of good
Genesect is very
coverage.
good. I
Yeah,
think
offense is
the
great.
offense. I think the offense is maybe a little bit reliant on Scarf. Like Genesect and Blacephalon are both very common Scarfers.
I could
Or
see
like
it.
ship
Yeah.
Genesect.
Plus, like
Um,
you have a low penny, so a lot of people are gonna be running Scarf against you.
yeah,
But they do have good like Scarf options to counter it. Plus the priority.
yeah,
So I think it's fine.
yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's the biggest deal, but
the defense is fine, but not the greatest.
it's gonna get worn down so fast.
Yeah, it's
I
just a
think
little not
there's not a lot of
premium.
longevity to the defense.
I think Clodsire and Gligar are a little awkward.
I
Like
think Clodsire is very good with Unaware and
Unaware Mons are a premium this draft, 100%.
I
But
also
yeah,
think there are some uses for Water Absorb.
yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Maybe it's not that bad. The removal is pretty poor, but they do have a Hatterene, so kind of wait. What's the removal? It's like nothing.
removal is
Gligar.
pretty bad. Yeah, you have Hatterene
Gligar.
as like deterrence, but your only removal is Gligar and Luminion.
They also don't
I,
have a lot of rocks weaknesses though, so it's really not the worst thing. And they have grounded
Yeah,
poison, so yeah, I think they can get by. They,
yeah.
so
I don't think it's the worst.
I would like to also throw out though that this team doesn't love running boots because you might be running a
That is
drive on Genesect. Palkia has its orb. Lopunny has the Megastone.
you
Blacephalon
have
wants the
Scarf on
scarf.
Blacephalon Genesect. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hatterene
like
really wants lefties.
Gligar
yeah, like
wants
it
Eviolite. Yeah,
exactly. Like
that's a good
this
point.
team is
They are going to be taking
like
a lot of
something.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else also, they're pretty ground weak unless you're running like Kilowattrel or Gligar, which are pretty bad. I feel like.
I think they're both kind of good
Um,
actually. I actually really want to Kilowattrel for defog. Like
I feel like
Defiant.
Kilowattrel is such a weird Pokemon where the speed and defog make it better. It has terrible coverage though.
I
And
guess you
But
can
it's
Terra it,
Terra.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
yeah,
Terra
but
it sometimes. I guess
the
maybe it's
attack
okay,
stat
but
is
like
pretty bad.
I don't know.
Now it's 105.
I think it's gonna be hard to fit Kilowattrel or Gligar on most of your teams, and then ground moves are pretty spammable.
Hmm.
Okay, so I
Like,
have one tan. Go ahead.
I look at this draft and I think you're running Genesect, Palkia, Lopunny, Blacephalon, whichever one is your Terra option from Zarude or Hat, and then pick a defensive Mon, maybe Clodsire. I kind of
Yeah.
just feel like I know what's coming most weeks.
I really don't think
I
you
think
can pick Kilowattrel and
defensively,
Gligar on most of your teams.
maybe. I'm not convinced.
Maybe over like one of your Scarfers.
Okay, I do have one tangent to go on. So I think every season, I think it's happened 2 or 3 seasons now, I tell Crown that to pick up a different like 1-pointer. Last season he had like Wormadam Trash, and I told him to get Fletchender, and it actually popped off like in 2 games. This season, instead of Lumineon, you should drop it and pick up Prinplup, because it helps with his removal a lot, and it also gets
Okay.
rocks, and it's also just a good mon. It gets like flip turn, and it's good. So pick up Prinplup and win like 3 games with it.
I don't know about that.
Prinplup's good.
Uh,
It's very good.
Fletchender
It
had
should
the
be
X
like
Factor.
3 point.
I
It
don't
should
know
be
if
like a
Prinplup
3-point
has the
mon
X
in my
Factor.
opinion. Prinplup is so good.
Prin-
Yeah, dude. It gets every single like utility move you could want. It gets all the hazards. It gets default. It gets roost. It gets flip turn. What more
Alright.
could you want?
I'm actually really sad that I didn't get to draft Cradilly this time. I had a line where it was going to be my last pick, but it required having Klefki, and makes me sad.
I wish I
What
got
could
a
have been.
draft like 1-pointers. I love drafting like low point ones. That's why I want a low point one season, so that I can like get my Tangalas and all my other like secret OP 1-point ones.
Okay, I will say that Crown's draft, it's kind of grown on me a little bit.
Yeah,
think it's good.
I think it's okay.
I gave it an 8.5.
I give this a
That's
7.
Whoa.
8.5 feels a little high.
Speed is so good.
Gosh, I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball here, and I am going to give this a 7 out of 10.
Whoa.
A real
Can't tell
rating.
if
Wow.
that's good or better or worse than a Ultra Ball sticker.
I feel like this is like the prototypical like average draft. I feel
Yeah.
like
I
it's
think you're
incredibly
wrong.
average.
I think it's like good. I think it's very good.
Okay.
Especially with Prinplup. Alright.
All right, it's time for money.
Another good draft.
Money.
I like this. Okay, so
No, it is
first
money.
of all,
Money.
oh, it's Money, not Muney.
Yeah, it's money. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Today I learned.
Sorry, I've been pronouncing your name wrong forever. I think
So
the speed
this-
is fine.
I kind of disagree. I think the speed, like Talonflame half counts, maybe it's not an offensive mon most games, or it's not brought most games. Outside of Talonflame,
Yeah.
it's just Mega Metagross, and then you're outside of the 110, which is kind of the cutoff for me.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
I would
Enam's a Scarfer,
argue.
but
I don't like the speed as much because I think Mega Metagross isn't like a real 110 mon. Where
yeah, you're
there's-
also not really running speed on Mega Metagross.
I feel like you might run a little bit more bulk than usual.
Yeah,
And then I think
agree
you're
with
going to be trying to like kill things with Bullet Punch. And then I feel like at that point you're also relying on either a Scarfed Urshifu Rapid or like you're clicking Aqua Jet to kind of help supplement the speed. And I don't overly love that as your.
I mean, I think your priority is good though. Like Urshifu.
I mean, I think he's running at least
Mega
one Scarf
Metagross.
mon every, like he's running Scarf
And
and
yeah,
Amber.
you're running
Like, you
Scarf
have to.
Urshifu.
He
or
does have
Scarf,
a lot of good Scarfers though. Got Scarf and Amber, Scarf
Yeah.
Kyurem, Scarf Urshifu, Scarf Thundee.
Yeah.
Like those are all
Yeah.
great Scarfers. So
Agreed.
It's
And then, like,
definitely
I guess you
reliant
have
on Scarf
Booster.
to fix your speed
yeah,
issue though.
but also those are not like other Scarfers can easily outspeed all those guys
Yes.
too. So
Yeah, that is true. It's not a guaranteed fastest one.
yeah. And then the priority is basically only Metagross and Urshifu, so I guess it's fine.
I mean, those are good. those are
Yeah.
good. Both
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Priority
I guess
options.
it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I think the offense in general is like really good.
I
Like
agree. I
really
think
threatening. Obviously, Kieran White is a monster. And Amherst
Mhm.
is great.
with Terra, it can Terra too.
Yep.
Which is incredibly scary.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah,
I actually think
very
Rhyperior
threatening
is
offense.
well.
And both Enam and Urshifu can Terra.
Mhm.
So I don't know why we have these as our Terra options. I feel
I
like
don't
you
know
should just
either.
pick one of them for like whatever week.
It'll change week to week.
Yeah, it's that, or
If
I
it
think
does,
Rhyperior has
it's
one
a lot
option.
better.
Well, like I think
do not
Rhyperior
think.
can't do things.
Yeah, I just don't think you should have these as your Terra options ever, though. I think you should only ever Terra Enamorous or Urshifu Rapid.
Yeah, I do think Talon Flame was good Terra, but I don't know. Maybe they have some weird
Is it
matchup
better than
week one.
Enamorous though?
Well,
Like
I don't know. I don't know what their matchup is week one. Like
I don't know.
So
Maybe
the
it's
argument for
different.
Talonflame could be that if you're able to bring it in like unscathed, you have a priority acrobatics, and if you have a good matchup that week, it could be useful. I think.
Yeah.
You just like Terra flying, get that extra little bit of damage, acrobatic spam things to death. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I agree. In Amorous or Urshifu, just please pick one. Pick whichever
Yeah.
one does better in mocks that week or whatever, and just win the game.
Just use it. Yeah. I think with those, it bumps up half a point to a point if you just pick one of those as your Terra options.
I think the
your
defense
pivots
is
are
pretty.
really good.
Yeah, pivots are good. Defense is like pretty solid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would
Double
maybe like to
regen.
see like one more specially defensive thing. I think that's kind of what Snorlax was supposed to be, but
Well, and it's a normal type for Shadow Ball spam.
yeah, it's fine. I think
I will
it's
say
good.
with your defensive options, if you're against something that you can't click Toxic into, they're both very passive.
I am also a bit concerned with how good the move Freeze Dry is into this team.
That
I
is kind of true.
And I also feel like a lot of Mons will carry Bolt Beam coverage, and you have a Mungus Aloe, and sure you have Thunderous that can tank a Thunderbolt, but you're not bringing Thunderous every week. And so I would
That's kind of true.
I'd be mindful of that. I don't think it's the end of the world, but I do think that
I mean,
will
like
be kind of the game you're playing.
Terra Enam or Terra Urshifu can also fix that a little bit,
Yeah, I feel like a Terra.
where you don't just die to one of them.
Yeah, I feel like in that sense, like it'll be you can just Terra into a favorable matchup, hopefully,
Yeah.
and then you live one and hopefully kill it in 2 hits or whatever. If you're like outspeeding with Scarf.
On hazards, it really is all treads for the most part.
It's
Treads
bad.
is the only good
Yeah.
removal. Well, I
It's
guess
yeah.
Talonflame, and
Talonflame's
then
okay.
Treads is really
fine.
the only rocker too. Like I don't think you're bringing Rhyperior hardly ever.
You
I don't think you're
can
bringing
run rocks
Rhyperior
on
to be a rocker.
Metagross, I think. I think it's not the worst.
I think it kind of is the worst to run rocks.
Yeah,
on,
I would
Alright.
rather 4 attack
Alright.
or 3
Yeah,
attack
like
plus setup.
if that thing's
Sure.
in, you should attack. Like you should never be clicking rocks. I think.
Which does I think get agility too? Because
Yeah,
if it gets
agility.
agility, it's
Oh,
like you
does
can.
it get
does.
agility?
No,
I
agility
think
is
it
like
does.
its main.
Yeah.
Yeah, agility is its main
Yeah.
setup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am worried because like treads could run a full support thing of rocks, spin, knock off, volt switch, and you never threaten anything. Like truly.
I mean, that's not the worst thing. It's just
You have good options.
it's
Like
gonna be
your
very
offense is
predictable and very forced
threatening.
into that every week.
Just consider Steel Beam as an option one week. Just throwing that out there. The OU set. It's good.
But yeah, otherwise, I don't know. Like, I think offense is really good. I think the defense is like fine enough, and I didn't really see any type weaknesses.
Yeah,
This is
I think
best
this is an
draft.
incredibly balanced draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it an 8.5.
I also gave it an 8.5. I'm a big fan of this.
You know, I think
If
I
you
think
if you
this is
have
as
ENM
good
on
as
your
getting a
sheet too,
good. Yeah.
as your terrace.
I think this is as good as having a good jungler for 3 games in a row.
Oh, that is so good. Big praise. Big
Yeah.
praise.
Yeah.
I'm more confused than ever. All right.
Okay, he gets the
Cool.
reference.
Let's see. Speed is fine. Obviously, like Dragapult, Chin Pao is great top end.
There's like a gigantic speed gap, but
Yeah.
Sure, but it's like when you
Not
talk
that
about speed
bad.
at the top, it's like, okay, would you rather like Chien Pao be like base 120 and Dragapult be like
Yeah,
base
yeah,
135?
no,
Like,
no.
you know.
I agree with that.
I actually think there's a world in which it's not that bad if you're willing to like play a game of chicken on like reducing your speed to speed creep their speed creep of your like 108.
Yeah.
But
Priority's basically only Chien Pao, but that's like
Stab Ice
not
Shard
that bad.
carries so much heavy
And Sucker.
lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sucker
Quagsire
Punch.
helps with that too, with the anti-sweep. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you're kind of rocks weak. You're like pretty reliant on boots on like 3 of your mons.
that's a good point.
This
Yeah,
might
they
not
are
be
pretty-
fair,
Um,
but Quagsire just concerns me a little bit because I know it's good. It's got, your recovery, your toxic, has hazards, is unaware. I am just a little worried about it kind of just getting outstatted. It worries me more than like a Skeledirge or a Dondozo does when it comes to that, or a Clodsire.
yeah. I don't know. Like, it's not like it's your only good defensive option though, right? Like you have
Yeah.
Sloping, Galar, you have Corviknight, even Volcarona, Rotom Wash. Like these are pretty
Pretty good.
strong defensive options. Not like full
Well,
walls, but
it's like more bulky offense
Mhm.
defensive
Yeah.
mons. I do think they could have one more hard special wall, again, specifically because of the Ubers format, but it's not that bad.
yeah.
I think Klefki can kind of mitigate that a little bit with the screen support, but
Yeah,
I do
Screen
agree.
support is very, very good on this team. You have
Mhm.
so many fantastic setup options.
Yeah.
Volcarona, Dragapult, Chimpao are like all very, very threatening if they get going.
How did you not mention Zekrom?
I mean,
Zekrom
I
is
don't know what that mon does.
Zekrom is the single best setup mon in the whole format.
Okay, also Zekrom.
I'm confident.
Sure. I don't know what that mon does.
I think Zekrom is also a top 5 tier 1, I'll say. It's very good, and I think it's the best setup in the whole format, or the whole board.
Yeah, also Zekrom then.
It has there's a surprising number of defoggers on this team.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was gonna say, along with, like, even though you're really rocks weak and pretty dependent on boots, you have a lot of decent defoggers.
Yeah, no.
I
Removal's
will
good.
say that sometimes if you plan on having Corviknight as your primary defogger, you kind of sometimes run into there's 5 moves you want, but 4 slots.
Yeah.
And defog might not mean you're running Roost or U-turn.
You're always running Roost on Corviknight. There's no way you ever don't run Roost. But yeah.
Sure, but I think Rotom is a fine defogger most weeks.
Rotom is fine too.
That's why I'm very glad Rotom's on this team.
Yeah. Having the secondary defog when you're this rocks weak or like boost dependent is pretty important. You're a knockoff week too, kind of. You don't really have anything that wants to tank it.
I think they're very knockoff weak. I also think they are pretty ground weak. Like, yeah, you've got Corviknight and Rotom Wash, but still.
Yep.
I
Those
do
are pretty
wonder.
passive.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Yeah.
defensive Volcarona is maybe something that could sponge a knockoff or two.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe.
mostly
getting a flame
supposed to be
body.
Cobalion,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
But like, you really don't want your boots getting knocked off.
Yeah, that's really true.
Like that's the problem with how like you're so incentivized to run rocks and knockoff into this team. Like you really can't afford to get your boots knocked off.
I don't know. I think it's good.
I am in general a pretty big fan of this. I think one downside, your Terra options are kind of mid.
Yeah.
Cobalion's okay.
Yeah.
Corviknight's
do-
like okay, maybe some weeks.
I do like Corviknight as a general Terra user.
Yeah, but
I
it's not
think,
like amazing.
yeah, I think Terra Dragon though is something you can slot in a lot of weeks and be happy. Although maybe not with the current state of the fairy weakness without Corviknight. So
That is true. You are also well, you're not really that very weak.
oh, if you're gonna Terra out of your like steel typing on Cobalion, then
Maybe
I think I would say that you are.
fairy is I did have that in my notes actually. Your main offensive core is all weak to fairy, so like you're really relying
Yeah.
on your defensive mons to sponge those hits. But then your defensive core is weak to whatever coverage moves they may bring.
How do we feel about the fire weakness here? Because I know that there's Quagsire and Rotom Wash, and like your dragons technically resist it, but I don't know that you want to swap in a dragon to a fire move in case you might get burned or something on some of them, or like you're not bringing Quagsire and Rotom.
I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's that big a deal.
I mean, it's a little bit of a concern, but
if you bring like TerraCorv sometimes, it'll fix it.
All right, 8.5 for me.
I also gave this an 8.5. I am in general a pretty big fan.
Yeah.
Okay, how can I power creep this? I think I think this is the equivalent to an MLS Cup win.
Is this like the Excadrill of draft?
The Excadrill of draft? Potentially, yeah.
All right, last team, Kaui Mango. I don't know. I don't love the speed.
Speed is kind of bad. The
like,
spread is really good, but the top end is not there.
Yeah, the top end is not there. Like, I don't really count Cyclozar. Maybe half count Cyclozar. Superior is fine, but it's only 113, and then
yeah, it's not
you're
the fastest.
110 and 100, so pretty poor speed. And then the priority is only Urshifu and Linoon, which is like passable, but also not great.
Linoon the goat, though.
I do think Terra Linoon is pretty cool, but I also think it's coming to like 2 games max. Maybe a little more, but without Linoon, you're pretty prone to being swept, I think.
So, ice types, anyone?
Yeah, how about a freeze dry user?
Yeah, how about freeze dry?
Huge ice
oh my god, it is.
How about a freeze dry?
It is crippling.
Not even freeze dry, like just
ice, yeah.
Yeah, even ice, sure.
I mean, like Kyogre is fine because it's like so bulky, but also like, oh man.
Yeah, not the best.
Also, I'm looking at all of the mons on this team, and I don't want to bring Palisand. And that's your ground and ghost type. It's just like I look at other mons and I'm like, wow, this could be so good. And there might be a matchup where you're forced to bring it and feel kind of sad about it, to be honest.
Yeah, outside of Palisand, they really don't have a electric switch in, do they? I guess they have
Right?
3 dragons. Nah, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, I think it's
I take it
okay.
back. I take it
I
back.
think it's
Yeah.
okay.
I do not like the triple. Like I don't. Dialga and Latios Mega don't feel good to me. Like having.
I think they're pretty similar.
Yeah. I just think you're doubling up on a lot of their weaknesses.
Well,
Um.
are you? Like you have the steel typing on the Olga to help, right? Like
I mean, yeah, there's not really any doubling of the weaknesses, but
I
like
think the issue becomes
Well,
Cyclozar.
I think that they are not only ice weak but also fairy weak.
a little, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team actually is very weak. Very Moonblast spam kind of goes crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
They also don't have a fire type, which doesn't help that.
I mean, getting a 5-point fire type mon is not going to fix your Moonblast weakness,
Sure.
Yeah.
but
That's what I mean is like I prefer
yeah,
that like 2 of their like top 3 mons are not dragon, right? Like that's kind of
sure.
sucking a lot of the points and like diversity out of the draft. I think even ignoring the
Are we?
Cyclozar.
How would we feel if Cinderace is on this team?
Good.
I know we talked about the potential of like
Yeah.
it being
Yeah.
dropped.
Well,
If
I don't know.
Cinderace does get
I
dropped,
like Cinderace on Santander's team, but I also like it on this team even more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cinderace would be very good
I
on
think
this
there's
team.
plenty of other good or decent fire types. I know Entei and Arcanine are still on the board.
both
think
are those are
Volcanion.
good.
Yeah, but they don't really
Um,
give Kaui Mango
It's
the
not like,
speed that they need.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
Rockers,
Clefable is
they
good.
yeah,
and
it's
Dialga.
they only have
And
rocks, but
Dialga
it is good
yeah.
like rock setters. So
Yeah.
it's okay.
But there's no spikes,
Yeah,
no T spikes, no webs.
no
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, just rocks.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, your
not
rock
the
setters
best.
are very good, but yeah,
Yeah,
your
they're
hazards.
very good rock setters, but
I also think they have like almost no knockoff users. They have Cyclozar, which I feel like they should drop anyway. And outside of
and then
that, it's like
Yeah.
it's
Clefable and like
Clefable Superior.
nothing. Yeah, Superior
Yeah.
doesn't count. Like
You're not running
No,
knockoff ever.
yeah,
it's
so
bad.
that's like pretty bad. Like there's a lot of teams that you want to spam knockoff into, and you just can't do that
Yeah.
with this team.
Like
I
I
think
wonder if they have to use. Oh, no, their knockoff users are also like their trick users for the most part. So you can't even like trick something harmful to kind of cripple it that way.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, you're like incredibly special leaning with your
Yeah, offense. Yeah, I was just gonna say
Mhm.
that. Like
offense.
it's only Urshifu
Your
really,
only your only offense is
like
Urshifu.
maybe Mix
And
Latios. I guess.
you're bringing
Right.
like 4 or 5 special attackers every week.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, what are you doing against Toxic? I feel like
Aromatherapy on Clefable.
Well, or just
yeah,
Clefable, but
Yeah.
I mean Clefable and Pheasantipity. I think it's not the
Yeah.
worst.
And then
Also
Dialga.
the Alga. Yeah, I think they're fine.
I guess Dialga. Yeah, okay, sure.
I would. The defense is actually pretty good, I think. But one more like really good physical wall would be nice. I'm not saying it's a huge problem.
I think yeah. Also, going along with the offense being mostly special, because of how slow it is, you would really like some better priority options, and your only
Mhm.
real one is Urshifu Sucker.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean,
how.
the new E-Speed maybe is a thing.
Are there good screen setters on this team?
No.
Like, could you justify a like I don't know, let's say Clefable screens teleport into Belly Drum Lanoon, like Terra Normal, Belly Drum, and Lanoon.
It's like it feels very off the viability, you know.
Yeah, we're like, why is that what we're doing? Why aren't we doing something better?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
in a draft that's this high
That's
powered,
Ubers,
why are we
yeah.
why
that's
are
an
we
Uber's
doing that?
draft, and you're trying to
I-
finesse a lightning sweep.
I feel like that kind of just shows just how dire it could be.
Yeah, I think meh. This draft is okay, but
Yeah, I mean the
missing a lot of
mods.
things
Some
that
of
I
the
think
mods are
are
really good. I think Crime will
yeah,
probably.
all of these mods are very good on their own, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for I'm not a big fan of Cyclozar.
I do think Terra
I hate
Serp is
but-
very nice
Yeah,
too.
Terra Serp is a menace.
And then Terra Lightning I
Menace
do think
here.
is like good to surprise people with. I actually am a
think-
fan.
I think Terra Clefable some weeks could also be good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever want to drop Terra Serp.
No, you have to have Terra available on Serp every week, I think.
Yeah, like unless you're for sure not bringing it.
But even if you aren't bringing it, I think you still would rather have Terra Serp.
Just to force prep.
Yeah, to force prep.
Yeah, you might be right.
Or else
Or
you
if
just
you
kind of don't need to worry about that mon that much.
Yeah.
All right. I gave it a 6.5.
I give this a 7.
This is a pair of jacks.
Oh.
That
Imagine
doesn't
if you step
sound
on
good.
them.
Yeah.
That hurts.
A poker though.
Yeah. Kaui's saying Dragon Dance Lottie exists, but
Yeah.
that's kind of not real.
No, it's real for Mega.
It's real.
I mean,
130 attack.
okay, kind of. Sure.
Yeah, you have good physical coverage as well. So
I just
it's
think
valid.
you're already gonna be like well prepped for dragons because you also have
Yeah.
the Dialga, so it's just
Yeah, that's the thing. You're running like Ice Shard or something.
like maybe if it's a
to
fairy
fix it.
type that's more specially defensive than physically defensive, you can catch it off guard, but I don't know. All right, well that's it.
Woo.
I just want to say one more thing. The finals for this season are going to be played on the 10-year anniversary of the first RPL match. So
Yay,
it'll
10 years.
be kind of crazy that we've
Wow,
been going for 10 years.
A decade of RPL.
A decade of RPL.
here's to another decade.
Here's to another decade.
Wow, yeah, it is crazy.
Imagine the
Like-
Mons we'll see in 10 years.
Oh
So it'll
no.
be-
Mega Latios.
Yeah,
Wait till we have
Or may-
the 6 Ubers draft.
Or
yeah.
maybe the Dunsparce.
I can't wait for Great Tusks to be like the Excadrill in 10 years that like no
Yeah.
one wants. But yeah, no, actually, like, thanks so much, guys, for like playing, and obviously Greg for hosting all the recent seasons and putting in all the work, and everyone's just like very passionate and great community. So it's been great.
Love RPL.
Yeah.
RPL
it's-
gets 10 big hearts.
Wow. Feels not as good as what 11 ice cream scoops or 9 ice cream scoops.
It was 9.
All right.
I don't know. RPL can have 10 ice cream scoops, some sprinkles, and some fudge.
Well, there we go. Now we're talking. All right. Thanks for listening. I'm going to cut it there. Goodbye.